Cool. Button has been pressed.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Ali did say that in the comment that they won't be turning up then.
Yeah, that's fine.
James is stuck in traffic, so hopefully they won't be too much longer.
Depends how the traffic goes, really. It could be anything from they turn up in like 5 minutes to they're 3 hours late.
Yeah.
Traffic's bad.
And I'm assuming we don't have a crow tonight either, yeah?
No, they're still sick.
Cool.
Hope they get better soon.
I hope they, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they get better soon.
Alrighty then, it's 6 o'clock, you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen, and all individuals in between. It is time for our Friday episode of Alterra, the Shattered Altsphere. Episode 37, The Art of Metal. We shall see if Zormir can somehow get himself out of the scenario they have gotten themselves into. But first, before I do a quick recap, we'll go around and say hi to all our players today. As you heard in our chit-chat there, Ali the Point will potentially not be here tonight or will be late, similar to Fade, and Assassin will be slumbering in their water backpack. Who we do have here today, though, is Wilfie. Say hi.
Howdy!
Playing Alvina because they never actually update their name in
Yeah,
real time. Zormir.
I'm the fake dragon.
Hi, I'm Zarmir, and I'm the one in big trouble.
Yeah, you're the one who's fucked.
It's true. Fuck you.
I'm fuck you. I'm played by Ben.
My brain just turned that sentence around again.
What?
My brain turned it around again. Just don't worry about it.
Okay.
I've had a long day.
Fair enough.
Went.
Yep.
Hello, I'm TR Big Gwent and currently just fucking around with some butter for tonight's dinner.
Butter.
You're fucking around in some butter?
Yeah.
And Lou.
Mr. Grimm,
He's
you're
running back from it, where he's from his kitchen by the sound of it.
I'm here.
There he is.
I'm just gonna assume that was your hi. And I'm Chris McKenzie. I will be your
Close enough,
DM for tonight. Previously, on the Shattered Altsphere, our players had managed to somehow, by some miracle of fate, managed to make their way down into the forge section of this towering, almost volcanic mountain forge or foundry. And again, somehow, by some miracle, because the dice had willed it, bluffed their way through several teams of young fire giant teenage apprentice.
We dragged
As
our way through.
An envoy of the Inquisitive Breath, unbeknownst to the rest of the party, and to like the few people who could understand and that only Fade had actual knowledge of from their espionage reports from the rebellion, is a secretive faction belonging to the Primal Monarchy that is responsible for investigating various outposts. It could be quite funny if you ever actually come in contact with them at some point.
I really hope we do.
I'm half tempted to roll a fate die and see if there happens to be an inspection
I was
today. And that's why they
wondering!
believe
I was going, this will go real poorly or really well if there actually is an inspector.
So they managed to bluff their way through. They stole a couple of the treasures from the Vault of Crafts, or the, I guess, the Hallways of Craft.
The whole way of craft.
Zormir went invisible and got into shenanigans. The party have discovered various rooms filled with various things. Zormir attempted to pickpocket what appears to be the head honcho of this forge, a massive towering forge giant with graying hair, but still bulging, sweating muscles, as it's just a fire giant staple, really. Their hair may gray, their bodies, like iron, will never rust.
That's not how iron works.
Not so long as they're well maintained. Saw that greasy sweat coming off them. So Zormir has managed to find themselves in a precarious situation with the Primal Smith, who I have their name written down in here. Escapes me.
We don't know it. Do we?
No, they didn't introduce their name. Yes, it's it's Elder Arisag, the Primal Smith.
Ooh, nice. Good name.
So where you go put that into here, Elder Arisag. And they have challenged Zormir to show them that they are worthy of being, having the Elder take an interest in them. For you're not entirely sure what reason. It seems like his
bored.
his eyes sparkle with intrigue at the strange and foreign design of your metallic suit. He's commented that the crafts itself isn't particularly advanced or well in compared to a fire giant standard, but seems to have taken a liking and an interest to the design technique and the use of the metal itself. So he's very interested by just the usage of the metal.
Also, that Annoyed may have done it.
Also, that Annoyed may have done it. So he's wanting to test you and see if you truly are somebody of an innovative quality of spirit. While you've been doing that, the party have found a teenage fire giant who's accidentally got himself pinned under a heavy anvil and is exploring the rest of a couple of rooms. You've discovered 3 sealed Republic technology boxes that were filled with various things. Some iron ingots, some obsidian iron ingots, some obsidian iron tools, and a
Phoenix down.
Uncommon Phoenix down or a Phoenix feather of Revivify.
I was like, I don't remember. I remember it's a feather. Looked to my inventory. It says Phoenix down. I was like, got it.
As well as a room with a fire troll behind a desk, a fire troll tending to what appear to be fire shrooms, and a couple small work libraries. As we take back up with the starting scene of let's start with Zormir, since that is the more curious of the scenes, and you guys can think about what you want to do next and go next while we see how Zormir does. So Zormir, you have been taken through what appears to be a secret passage in the walls and into this room with a stack of steps leading up to a stone altar with what appears to be the similar red fire-resistant fabric I believe you may have seen, but at least you would recognize the fire-resistant properties of this fabric. Now, there are various tools lined up next to the fabric on left and right, all sized for a giant. This appears to be some sort of personal workshop or some sort of tucked away workshop. However, there is no source of open flame in this room. There is no heat source or no forge or foundry or anything in this. That's probably actually me with the music in the background.
I was hearing something just pop up occasionally, sorry.
Yeah, that's no problem. As well as a couple drawers to the back of the room with, and kind of sitting on top of the set of drawers, various ingots and metals of a wide variety. As the Primal Smith kind of straightens, or, I like the idea of this Primal Smith just always has a hunch. This Primal Smith kind of just sits themselves against the wall and watches you.
It's got a gamer hunch.
Kind of just their hands kind of just clasped in front of them. Occasionally kind of just moving both hands up to stroke their beard as they watch you with narrowed eyes, a keen interest as they watch how you're analyzing the tools and scene in front of you. What would you like to do?
Come on, Zormir.
I'm guessing with a bit of a flourish, bring out my own multi-tool and say, well, what is exactly you're intending for me to do?
As you're doing this, Arzag is doing a little, as you're flourishing your tools out.
I don't see any kind of forge to work with the metal.
That gotta be old and fire giant. Yes, well, do not worry yourself with that. Arzag will take care of it. After all, I wouldn't be a fire giant smith worth my embers if I couldn't do my own heating. I shall heat your metal to your requested degrees. What I want from you is to show me your craft. I believe you need to replace the arm that you've lost, no? I think that would be a suitable test to prove that you have the ingenuity and knowledge to back up the quite large claim, if you don't mind me saying, that
Oh.
you designed this suit of metal.
Arm. Oh. And he flings it out, and the arm just forges itself. I don't need help with that.
You can upgrade it though.
I mean, I
Fascinating, fascinating. And how does the armor do this? Where did it acquire the raw resources from to extend the arm?
it's part of my craft, my skills as armor. Echoing from someone, I think.
Well then,
It's probably Neil.
Thanks.
Now, I'm saying it probably is. I'm sorry, dude, but you quite often is yours. Not really an insult.
well,
Blame anybody but Neil.
surely if you created this armor, it would be of a trivial matter to you to recreate another set, no?
Hmm. It does take him.
All the time in the world.
Well, it's also the fact of my being something of a maybe a lost art here.
I don't think he's got a problem with that. Gotta be honest.
I mean, I can.
Mhm.
It doesn't need some form of magic to imbue it to keep it together. Do you have any kind of magical things of arcane?
Things
I'm-
of arcane.
I know the primal fires allows you to manipulate metals, but I used a bit of arcane in my craft.
And your tools do not already have the arcane of which you need? Describe to me what form of setup you would require to replicate your work.
Hmm.
Assuming, of course, you can, which is still to be seen, may I remind you.
Yes, but it requires certain
Mm-hmm.
arcanites.
Certain arcanites. Name them.
You need partial void to allow the materials to disappear and reappear at will. To a binding arcanite. What one was that again? And I need to look at the arcanite list. To
He's
remember.
it's all men would know, probably, right? So,
Yeah. Don't worry about the player not knowing. Just say the phrase. I described to him the process. Yes,
I
a short
start
time. Don't
listing
worry
off
about the
all
technical
the-
stuff.
all the parts of arcanite I use to either allow it to bind or reform or obviously disintegrate at will for when arms are, and to replace. It's sort of like a multitude of different parts of arcanites.
I do kind of love the concept of just Bob describe how to make a mech suit from scratch on your own with no help.
And this arcanite, is it consumed in the process or is it incorporated into the suit? Does your suit contain these arcanite pieces?
It is etched into it and then formed into the main part of it, and then it allows it to adhere to different armors.
I see. And if your suit were to be destroyed, would you be able to use the resources in it to recreate it?
Oh god.
That's a loaded question.
I'm afraid you see the suit is very much bound to me. For it to be removed from me, I'd have to die, and then you would lose the chance to actually make this. I can teach you the
that's
lost
what you
arts if
should
you can
do.
teach me something in return.
Yeah, that's what you should have lied and said, that the suit is bound to your life force.
That's a good
It
question.
is essentially because
No, and if you die, then the suit loses all power.
Yeah.
This is
So
why you
now-
have friends with the Revivify.
Yeah.
No backseat players. No backseats.
Yeah.
Let Bob
I'm,
do his
I'm
own
saying
life
this is where you should have lied and said that. But,
Oh yeah, it's too late. I think is why they're called. It's why they're
Yeah.
saying it. You won't buy it now.
Interesting.
After
Well-
the backseat players.
Death is not a burden that I feel would ever limit the gift and greatness of a true artisan.
I'm just gonna kill you.
If death is all that you are worried about, and to remove your armor, I believe we have a phoenix feather in the other room I can retrieve.
are you sure?
I sure hope it's still there, for I will kill you first and then go check.
Oh dear.
Don't worry, Fade, you're still in
Nice
the
knowing
room.
you, Zombie.
So, if you truly are an artisan smith worthy of my attention as one of the ranking and highest professional qualifications you can get in the Fire Giant Smith hierarchy, you have two choices.
Odd.
Remove your armor voluntarily while I smelt it down for raw parts for you to recreate it. Or I melt it down while you're in the armor and then go and find a way to revive you. Worst case scenario, you prove to me and you're reluctant to take the challenge that you are not a smith of the caliber worthy of my attention. And
You
I
see-
lose nothing but ridding myself of a rodent spy here to steal.
Pick the second one, Bob. I like our chances.
You see,
Be
the
melted down in
problem,
the armor.
even if you revive me, I will
Mm.
still be missing 2 limbs, which this armor provides me to actually be able to work the materials. It does require both hands and both of me, and if you... Quite frankly, I could probably find the materials to make it the small arcanite I need. I don't need anything from here.
Then what are you suggesting?
I'm sure I could get the arcanite I require to make it.
Where?
Hmm.
Let me reiterate the scenario you are now in. You are not to leave this room alive unless you prove that you are a smith of caliber.
Okay.
Any smith worth their salt can use the abundance of resources lined along the walls to recreate. I'm sure you could figure out a way to improvise the missing arcanite, assuming you don't have enough on your person already.
Oh, I will get to it if you can provide the materials. Well,
Name what you
those-
need, and I shall provide it.
Well, I need. What kind of metal do you want the armor to be made out of? What kind of proper?
Well, now, I am not requisitioning a commission. I'm simply asking you to demonstrate your craft. What you make is irrelevant to me. I seek only to judge your skill.
Okay, then I will
He's asking
start.
you to make a thing, not make the armor. Impress him.
I will make an armor that can be bound to you then, and be
That's a lot
able
of
to
money.
replace, like mine. Then I know the inscriptions I need.
Very well. Name what resources you need, and I shall have them.
Well, but first, some iron.
We have in abundance, yes.
That's the most simplest of materials. I could make it out of.
Bob, just say these are the materials.
Yeah.
You don't actually need to list them all.
Yeah, stop killing yourself. Bob.
I could
Yeah.
mithril or anything
I need
harder.
extra stuff.
I need this.
Yeah, he's like, I need mithril, iron, tungsten, yada 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 yada, done.
Would you like it made of bronze, iron, steel, mithril, or adamantine? And like RuneScape, really.
I need insert armor components here.
Yeah.
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 Just
Yes,
remember to
in
make
short
a weak
succession,
link
he
in
goes to the
armor.
wall of resources at his disposal and
The wall of
easily
resources.
places on the altar large ingots of each metal that you request.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Do you mind if I cast something to hasten the process once the metal is sufficiently heated.
I'll allow it.
Okay. I'll wait until the metal's heated, and I'm going to
Which temperature would you like the metal at?
Smithing temperature.
The appropriate temperature for each metal here.
yeah. I tell them the right temperature for forging the iron down at sheets and things like that. And
As you do so, he reaches out his hands and almost like he's grasping and squeezing a heart. He closes his
That's an
fist, looking at each image, looking at each armor, each metal. Daniel Ben,
Sorry.
twisting my words. Looking at each pile of ingots, and you watch as the ingots very rapidly begin to heat into the perfect temperature you have indicated.
okay, whilst he's doing that, I'm
Less than a second, he is done.
casting haste.
High
And I'm gonna
speed
go-
smithing.
Yep,
In
exactly.
the 6 seconds it takes you to cast haste, he's already thingied all of the ingots to the temperature you've requested.
And I go to work and bash all the bits into the right start forging them into relevant shapes with the tool.
The medium-sized chamber rings out with the sounds of your craft, echoed periodically by I see. Okay. The process continues for a length of time as we switch back to the rest of the party. Zormir finds himself with a sensation of eyes very intently watching you work.
Fair enough.
What would the rest of the party like to do?
Well, I'm going to be just continuing on, and I'm going to be going to this room up here. Well, that is a door, right? That I can see here, right?
Yes.
I'll be just leading the way, and whoever's following me is following me. But that's where I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, fuck you is constantly just following you around, just see if he can find anything worth stealing.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Gwen,
assume
vote for
the rest
reason
of us would be
Avinu's
following.
Akko.
It's basically
Gwen,
because
you're-
like we don't know if the point is going to be doing
Yeah.
something.
Gwen, you're lawful evil.
Lawful evil! Spoiler alert!
I can be what you want me to be. Fuck you.
So the fire giant that had the thing fall on his chest, are you gonna like poke one of the forge smiths and point over to him, or just so like someone can save him?
No.
No.
It's yeah. Like I may be lawful, but I'm lawful to the party,
Yeah.
and I'm good for the party. Frankly, one less apprentice.
Lawful good is not lawful nice, is essentially what we're going.
Yeah. I'm not helping everybody. I'm helping the people that can help me in a broader sense, and one apprentice.
Fair enough.
Let
Don't
him
you
get squished.
worry. Assume
That's
that
the
as soon
church,
as the
and
party
that's
have turned the corner, the point will deliberately hang back just a little bit, and then immediately start using himself and themselves in the point block to push the anvil over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've got the robot. Yeah, they'll be fine. I was like, I don't know if they can do it. Oh, with the robot probably.
Yeah, he said it was okay if you summoned him.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then they very quickly try and catch up while the apprentice is kind of huffing and puffing there.
So yeah, I'll go and basically just do the inspection thing that I have been doing with each of these other rooms.
Each of the forge masters and even the forge smiths kind of give you a curious glance, a bit of a grumble before kind of just letting you be on the way. as you enter into the next valley of rooms, effectively, you come across two more fire trolls who appear to be doing almost inventory. They seem to have a stone tablet on them and are marking down as they're inspecting various crates of supplies in this room. And Alvina, as you enter this room, you get a whiff of spice and scent and a bit of fruitiness in the air, as this appears to be some form of food storage area. You're not entirely sure what or why it's for, but they are taking stock of large crates of some fragrant-smelling substance.
Okay.
My hand on Alvina's shoulder, and whisper so that the trolls don't hear. Not the time. Please. We've come so far. It doesn't help, and none of us have been detected or caught or enslaved or.
We're on a good
anything.
track record.
This is good.
She
Okay,
rubs
Grin and bear it.
she rubs a little bit of drool from the corner of her mouth, and she just.
We're literally walking through enemy territory, blasé, and they're not doing anything.
We've already had a snack.
Has that ever stopped Alvina in the past?
Not at all. She's a bottomless pit.
Yeah.
But I will.
That's an insult to bottomless pits. Don't lump bottomless pits in with Alvina. For fuck's sake. Yeah, but I'm.
But have one of
on
the.
your shoulder.
Do one of the trolls
Knuckles.
have a actual inventory list?
Ooh. You want to find the most exotic thing on the list and have it.
Ooh.
An ostrich egg amongst a bunch of chicken eggs. PG.
If I remember correctly, they are, I think, large. They are towering over you a little bit. Give me a perception check to get a good angle on the list if you're trying to peek over their shoulders.
Oh, no, I can't
'cause it's-
read it. Have sort of them got the list.
Ah, then they both have stone tablets with things written on it, so presumably.
Yeah, that's how I was basically going. I tap you, and then you fade and point you to have a look at the list. And I will go over and just start looking at the crates. I can't read it, it'll be in giant. I can speak giant at the moment, I can't fucking read it.
Fade, go ahead and give me either a history or insight check.
History or insight? Well, it will be, of course, history. If I find the right tab. I'm not finding the right. I roll a minimum of like 15 or something.
That's fair. I'll give you the basics, then if you roll the high, I'll give you one or two extra bits. You're a little bit inherently more cautious about interacting with the fire trolls. Particularly trollkind in general tends to be used throughout the monarchy in a more bureaucratic way. They're responsible for either the purity orders, which are the orders of trolls that are responsible for maintaining health and vitality of the Noid stock in the fire giant's possession, as well as making sure that no diseases or no primal diseases or viruses end up sweeping through the monarchy. There has been several historical events in which, whether it be from interfaction scheming or accidents or outside sources, there have been epidemics that have ravished the various factions of the monarchy in history, which has led the creation of more power distilled to the purity or the Puritan orders, who are a little bit more zealous in their pursuit of maintaining hygiene.
Okay.
But importantly, they're also far more scrutinizing and of a paranoid, inquisitive nature than the fire giants would be.
Got it.
Basically, your DC would be
So-
higher. Much higher.
What's a 20? Fuck, I've got.
Not for that, I meant for the
22,
deception
23.
checks.
It
Oh,
came up
deception.
23.
The fire
Yeah,
trolls
20.
are far more likely to see through your ploy than the fire giants ever would. Since the fire trolls actually, or the trolls in general, are actually more aware and will probably have way more insight into any of the various orders in the faction than the fire giants would ever care to take an interest in.
Whereas the fire giants are more self-absorbed and are focused on their craft, the trolls are like over.
The trolls are the rules lawyers.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
the
Perfect.
admins.
So
The trolls are
if
green.
if anyone will pick up on any nuances as
Green
to
guts.
like how the Inquisitive Breath would operate, it would be them.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
They're the trolls. They're the green guts.
They're the
Like,
trolls in control.
The goblins from Green Guts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Controllers. Okay.
I
Um,
don't
You put the troll
recognize
in
you.
control.
Yeah, Alvina's basically
Okay,
just going to
yes.
make a show of looking at it and then walk out and go to a different room.
Right. The Inquisitores would like to have a look at your stock.
Ooh, are you actually going to interact with the
I wasn't
trolls?
thinking you were going to interact.
Oh, are you you're just examining things from
I'm
a
just
distance?
looking, yeah.
Yeah, are they eyeing us up? Are they demanding to know why we're there at this point? I'm not gonna. I'm not,
No.
gonna
This is the
interact
information
until
you
they-
get as soon as you glimpse them, so that
Okay.
if you want to try and steer Alvina away, knowing your character knowledge, you can.
Okay, I'll whisper that. I'll let Alvina know what I know, and if she wants to pursue interests, I will advise against it. But at the end of the day, no one can force Alvina to do anything she doesn't want to. Let's be honest.
Now she was
So
literally
I
just,
will-
Reasonable.
she was just having
I'll
a
try and
glance
clean it.
because she's not going to steal anything from the room while there's someone watching.
Not yet, anyway.
No, while there's someone watching.
So I'm saying not
You
yet,
can, you can
anyway.
avoid those rooms with the knowledge you have. If you peek in the other rooms, there are apprentices in the first two with the cupboards open, and you can glance a plethora.
Plethora.
Yeah, that's far too fancy a word.
Yeah.
Of just shelves upon shelves of shimmering gems.
Fuck.
If anyone's ever seen a arts and crafts like cupboard filled with just like small plastic gems, it is like that. There is just dozens in little trays everywhere, but these are actual
gem.
like 50 GP plus gems that have just been thrown into the cupboard as decorative gem pieces for the various crafts they do here. They clearly don't have as high a value on the gems as they would on like the metalwork, and they're clearly just like there as decoration.
Is anyone in this room?
There's the one little fire giant.
Which one?
The room with the gems. Sorry.
Oh,
Well,
so
when it's
there's
moving
multiple.
like
So the first two, as you kind of just peek in, they both have fire giant apprentices in there, kind of shifting through various like decorated pieces. The first room would probably have more solid gems, and then the second room may have like glitters and like ribbon and threads and all kind of other various other art stuff of a different nature.
Filigree,
Was there?
essentially.
Forgive my idiocy. Roll20 maps not working for me. Is there like a corridor or somewhere close by that I could just nip out to, quickly cast detect magic, and then come back into the room? Or
It's the final
would
two
I-
rooms don't have anybody in them, so.
Yeah, if
Okay.
you continue down the corridor into the other two rooms and out of sight, you could close the door and or walk away from the door, since the door automatically
Yeah.
closes without the presence of a flame, and you can cast that. Yes.
It's more for, well, aside from the fact of magical gems, like if anything magical accidentally got, like, I don't know, like
No, yeah, that's fine.
in the original Hulk film where a drop of blood got into the bottle
Yeah, I
of
know
energy
what
drink.
you mean.
If anything accidentally got snagged on someone's clothes that's magical, and then accidentally fell behind a bookcase that's never been moved or something that I can just scan about, and yeah, there could be something valuable that even they don't know about that I would like to have a glance for. If possible.
Alvin is going to walk into the room that has the gems, take out one of the jars full of rubies. I'm assuming there's rubies there.
Yep.
And just make like a purring noise. Essentially.
Prentice kind of starts like sidestepping away from you. While you're doing that, Fukyu, Gwent, and Lou, what are you guys up to as you're following Alvina? And Alvina's just staring and purring at gems while the professor's kind of nipped away around the corner to start casting detect magic.
Well, Lou and Gwent were meant to be slaves.
You are slaves. That was fuck you, technically.
Yeah, I mean, fuck
Yeah,
you.
Yeah,
He's
but
like-
he
he's still
walked
looking
side by
around and
side
doing
with Alvina.
Yeah, fuck you is pretending to be the little fire elemental thing at the minute. that
Yeah,
has
that's right. You're
his-
an Azir.
That's it. That's it.
Oh yeah, that
Um,
was it. Yeah, you're right, escort. Forgot about that.
Yeah. So, fuck you is going to go into the room with all the gems as well,
Oh, no.
and um, he's going to probably try find the biggest one that he can probably steal without anyone noticing.
I think
All right.
the
You
fire
do
giant
so.
might be distracted by Alvina if it requires
Yeah.
a roll. He's like,
I'm also
Oh,
not
yeah.
entirely sure you can technically steal them. It's like the supplies closet at work. Nobody's gonna question if you go to it and take a supply out. It's
Yeah.
what it's
Not
there
unless you have
for.
your
That's what-
name on it.
That's what Alvina's basically going to do.
But
She's-
it's like with the apprentices in the rooms as well. Like, he doesn't want to be like
obvious about it.
stopped. Yeah, it doesn't want to be obvious. Doesn't want to be stopped and say, "Why have you got that?" kind of thing.
No, that's fair. Give me a perception check to see if you, or I guess not. Do you, by any chance, do you have proficiency with jeweler's kit?
Maybe.
No.
Then give me an intelligence insight to see if you can figure out which one's the most expensive.
Intelligence insight. Okay.
That's your
Intelligence-based checks.
little
intelligence-based
goblin brain taps into
Ancient
prehistoric,
stuff.
ancient
And
knowledge
it's a nat 20.
descended through the bloodlines.
Yeah, come on, give us the nat 20.
Goblin
Yeah, so
gem.
I'm going to roll it
Gems.
as history because that's intelligence things I don't have proficiency in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a
17.
Something claws at the back of your mind. Some remnant of historic ancestry of. Surely it's the shiniest of the gems.
Grandma
One
told me
with the
gems were good.
cleanest cut.
Yes, what's it called? That's right, it's the Arkenstone.
Gremlin brain activate.
Yep.
Your mama told you the best gems were these.
My mama said.
Mama told me.
Yeah, so he's going to have a look
Mama
around.
Goblin always said life was like a box of gems. You
Yeah,
never know. Oh, that one's the shiniest.
That one's the best, so nick it.
Shiny click clacks make them shiny
Yeah.
clacks.
There's one
so-
tool that's just dice.
yes. So yeah, fuck you's going to have a look around, just to make sure no one's looking in his general direction.
Holy fuck.
Went
Here, you
is.
spot in a plush little red glass see-through box and a little plush red pillow, just at the bottom, next to a couple of other chests, but this one really catches your eye, is a Goliath fist-sized red star sapphire gem that seems to have a certain twinkle to it that calls to you, a little twinkle of red, as if it's
Okay.
not dissimilar to the essence of flame that is seen where living fire is encapsulated in a metal. There's something, but a little bit more light focused to it, a little bit more shinier, a little bit more blinding.
If it reminds fuck you of fire, he's definitely taking it.
Yeah.
So it's Goliath fist size.
Yes.
So it's smaller than 2 foot.
It's like a coconut.
Like a coconut-sized gem, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So fuck you's just gonna have a quick glance around, make sure no one's looking in his general direction, and then just put
The
his bag
apprentice
of
is now
holding-
like turned around, and is now trying to shuffle out of the room.
Yeah!
Uh-huh.
You're welcome.
yeah. Fuck you is essentially just gonna put the bag of holding over it and then close it, and then just walk out.
Do I spot you
Very
do
good.
that? Because I also would like. I just have an appreciative
Um,
nod when he's bugging off.
I mean, let's see what my sleight of hand would be.
Yeah, go for it. Let's find out. If you're trying to be
This is the
cool.
nat
Not
20.
stealthy at all.
I notice.
He's just
It's a good thing the guy left the room.
Yeah, and
yeah,
it's just
he's like put the bag over it, knocked like 3 different boxes of gems over.
and the cupboard's about to collapse.
Yeah.
Quit staring daggers. Yeah, but Alvina's gonna.
Yeah, but you could feign you had a dizzy spell.
Alvina's
You know,
gonna
I'm not used to the heat.
pocket the big jar.
I'm made out of fire.
Yeah, Alvina's gonna pocket the big jar of rubies because she likes rubies, and it was in character,
You do so.
and it actually ended up working out. Creep the giant out, and he'll leave. Jar
Plus
of
your-
rubies.
The other possessions.
Plus you're a dragon. You're
That's exactly why I started purring.
part of the horde.
Yep.
Gem.
Right, so
thought
the
the
red,
Red
red
they
Star
don't-
Sapphire. Yeah, Red Star Sapphire has been added into my other possessions because I don't think that's an actual gem, is it?
I think Star Sapphire is, but
Yeah, Star Sapphire, I think, is technically one, and they have various colors, but I'll add the specific one to D&D Beyond later, since it has a high value.
Fair.
yeah, Alvina's just nicked the jar of it, and then she's gonna carry it to the next room.
Are there any like fairly big diamonds as well?
No, it's the only gem that's missing from this, presumably because of their more magical and arcane nature to them.
They've got a different
Fair enough.
use, so it
What
makes
about
sense.
any like diamond dust that they might use for sharpening things?
To be fair, it's also just because diamonds aren't traditionally used for decorate purposes in, I imagine, just all D&D worlds, given they have an actual mechanical use for them.
Fair.
And if they have diamond dust, it wouldn't be in the decoration cupboard. It'd be in like the actual storage because you can like diamond edge things for
Yeah.
cutting as well. So
Yeah, you can use it for sharpening shit.
yeah, there's a ton of uses. So
But either way, there is no diamond present in any of these rooms.
Fair enough.
Now we have sad senator noises.
Senator,
Yeah,
Senator Gwent.
no diamonds for Gwen.
Does Assassin's Mind Connection allow anyone under the pact to contact each other? Or is it just between Assassin and the contractee?
Just assassin in the contract.
I think
Fair.
we've been using them as a to and from, but
In that case,
Yeah, it's not a full telepathy, it's a free sight ability.
in that case, fuck you is going to cast sending to Zormir
yeah, the missing person.
and ask.
Presumed dead.
Yeah. Watcher, not seen you for a while. What you doing? Need any gems? We found a storage thing.
We switch back to Zormir, just hard at work. Zormir, how long does it take you to make your armor? I assume an hour.
Actually make the armor.
I think technically, if he's making a full suit of armor, it takes like a few days.
Well, it depends what he's actually making. If it's just to impress.
Yeah,
The forged armor being mine.
you can just make like an arm probably in an hour
Yeah,
or
you can
two.
probably just make like a gauntlet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I think a full
As
suit
long
of
as
full
you can
plate
show
is
him-
like a week or something like that.
No, but not if he's doing artificer armorer.
True, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was curious. Like, what mechanically does it say to make your armor? I think it's a short rest.
Yeah, I think to switch it from one armor to another, it was a short rest. Or a long rest.
Yeah, so switch modes, not actually create a new.
Yeah,
set
don't
of
create a
armor.
new one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it has anything on the creation of it, because I don't think you ever create
It's
another
not
one.
expected to start from scratch.
No, because it's essentially charming. Like
It's enchanting a
pre-existing-
suit of armor, yeah.
Yeah, enchanting essentially a suit of armor to be welded to you.
Wow. Okay. For every
That'd be
day of I found the rules apparently. You'll be here a while, Zormir. For every day of downtime you spend crafting, you can craft one or more with a market value not exceeding 5 gold pieces. A full suit of plate mail would take you 300 days to craft by yourself.
Huh.
Then artificers can make it faster depending on the level.
Yeah.
So, 10?
I think it's roughly about 10. You could.
10
can-
times, so it'd be what, 3 days?
Well, no, I think it's like level 10. You can.
Oh,
start
yeah,
making things like
Zormies
half
are
the
level
speed.
10 artificers.
Yeah.
So,
It'd be in your features and traits.
It's a good thing that this is a fantasy world and not a historic medieval one.
Thank fuck.
well, where time is not relative?
He's using special magic stuff, and he's really good at this, and the giant's helping him by actually getting all this stuff. It's fine.
Something magic.
And by perfectly tempering and forging the metal itself.
Yeah.
So either way, for the purpose of this, you are hammering away as you get the sending spell.
And during that, I'm pulling out the piece of indigo arcanite and gold arcanite and smashing it into dust and going, I need some blood to bind this so I can make an etching into the armor. As I'm saying that out loud, and you're just gonna hear that message to you as I say it.
Right, he needs some blood.
Why does he... I look at you and go, why? Who, what?
Follow me. I just sent him a message asking if he needs anything. He said blood.
Blood.
I just need blood.
I don't know.
I'm not going to ask. I'm assuming he can find it. I don't know where he is.
Totally dinged your message, and I'm just so focused on the thing.
We assume that got sent through. It's like, I need some blood for armor. Okay. Is he okay?
That was your only hint to what the fuck's going on.
I don't know.
Yeah, and even that's very cryptic.
Some armor.
He's making armor. Okay.
He's making something. Don't know why.
He's not with us. Did he say where he was?
No. He just said that he needs blood.
He'll be around. He's invisible. He'll be fine.
Yeah, that makes it easier to find him.
He's invisible.
And just a random hammer just
I assume... Look, Alvina's assumed that you found a great position and just was struck by inspiration and just decided, I'm gonna make something right now and it's gonna be amazing. So... so I'm like, I'm not gonna...
Just having a stress headache in the corner.
An hourcraft.
As soon as you cast haste, your thing...
I've got a minute before I basically stall out for a round.
When you cast haste, your invisibility
Every drop.
He was already not invisible anymore. Alvina's last saw him. He was invisible, so she has no idea that he's not invisible and was captured.
But anyway, we'll come back to Zoomer in a little bit. You guys still have a little bit of time for Zoomers finish their temporary craft, which we're just going to speed up for the sake of storytelling. That's because they're hasted and have the help of one of the greatest fire giant smiths on the realm.
Yeah, so what's in these last two rooms? Because we know what's in these two. Because I've inspected that one and I've assumed there was nothing of interest and just moved on. It's the filigree room, right? The one that is the other apprentice in. Essentially.
Yes. So the other one, so the top right has what appears to be supplies of partridge and ink and various seals and waxes. It looks to be a storage room for effectively documentation, or not documentation in the sense that it's been written on, but like fresh supplies.
Flammable materials, basically.
Flammable materials.
Yeah, I get you.
So, stationery.
Kinda.
Yeah, it's effectively stationary. It's probably where they've also like got some like nameplate, like blank nameplates that can be engraved upon, and you can see like little metallic plaques that are fresh and simmering with polish, and a variety of other things. It looks like it's related to actually like documenting and titling their pieces.
Okay. Yeah,
depending on what they need.
I'll have a glance through the room, but it won't be anything that particularly interests Alvina, so she'll move to the southern room. If anyone wants to look.
Is there any stamps to show that they made something?
Ooh.
Well, as I'm saying, there's inks and engraving pens and a whole variety of different things that they could use. So whether
there's no like seal they can press into things.
Into metal, possibly not, but there'll probably be like a wax seal thing. Like the stamp that you put in.
To be fair, all they do is heat the metal and then press the metallic stamp in it.
So is the metallic stamp in the room?
Yeah, there's a little tray of various little seals.
And nudge, fuck you. Grab the seals.
Good call. Actually, I like that. I like that a lot.
Where are seals in this room? We're not anywhere near an ocean.
I also knew exactly we'd say that.
I'm gonna I turn to you and say in Goblin, grab the metal in seals.
I just look questioningly over my shoulder at why you're telling them to grab a seal, because Albina also hasn't figured out that there's no actual animal seals here. And she's currently still got tongues on, so she can understand what you're saying.
That's not really... Oh, those kind of things. All right.
Because at least if we escape, then we can cause trouble with them later.
Yep.
Straightforward.
What do you mean if we escape?
When
Well, I'm just saying, like, bad armor being sent out is a slight against a certain house of a certain faction, and that's worth doing.
it's this armor.
Oh yeah, I'm more meaning we will escape.
Yeah, we will escape, of course.
Gwent will.
Go ahead, Will. Albina will. If all else fails, she'll dragon her way out somehow.
With bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit her way out.
The last room has coal and chalk, various colors, chalks, and various other kind of staining and inks and various kind of like leaf petals and everything in it that they seemingly use to like wrap and give either stains or imprints or differing colorings. I guess if they do have like this is the point where the DM doesn't know enough about weapon making for the audience at home watching. If they do have some form of sharpening thing, or they apply differing liquids and fluids or gem pieces to it,
Be
what's the sort that goes in this room? The miscellaneous
oils.
rest of the filigree room.
Filigree, the other half of filigree. I will say, actually, because this is a fantasy world, and in fantasy worlds you can dye metal easily. Because it's like that. That's what just is a thing in fantasy worlds usually, if that is in Alterra. Is there a equivalent of a red metal dye?
Yes.
I will nab it. Provided it's not in a huge bucket or something. If it's in like a small pot, I'll take it. If it's in like a huge vat, I'm not.
Reasonably small pot. It's like still like a giant paint can sized. Probably a small pot for a giant, but for you it's chest sized.
Chest sized, jeez. Okay.
Well, it's slightly smaller than chest sized, but you know, like one of those giant paint cans.
Yeah, I know exactly the ones you mean.
Oh, like a 5-gallon sort of thing.
Do we have anything that we can like put liquid in?
Yes, traditionally I just allow you guys to have basic, especially if you have proficiencies in like brewers or alchemy or anything like that, just have vials on you.
I don't.
Fate
And
has
you
a whole
have your
goddamn
bag.
kitchen on them.
Someone's got something. I'll basically take a cup or so. I want enough for my gauntlet to dye it red, essentially.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, red metal dye.
1 unit.
Yeah, 1. And yeah, does anyone want anything? I'll take some red chalk as well, because why not? Might come in handy.
I mean, chalks can be good for magical stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking in case we need when one of us inevitably dies, we need to do an outline. Like, no, but I've got some I've got some ideas of what to do with chalk. So
I'm sure there's one spell at least that uses chalk as a material.
there genuinely might be.
Yeah. All right. What's this side of the party wanting to do before we switch back to Zormir?
I think for what Alvina's going to do, she's basically going to wait around in this room just enough time for anyone to nick anything they want. And then she'll be going towards... That is a door up for the... There's 2 more doors here and here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so basically she'll be moving towards this one next.
There is also a... technically you can't see into this little room here.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like a thing. That's a hidden room. Okay.
But there is a large, like, hut, effectively, standing in the center.
Okay. I won't go there yet. I'll save that for the last one. Because it might be something particularly crazy. So yeah, I'll go up to this one next, and I think we should switch back to Zormir because I need the bathroom.
Did I find anything getting down on hands and knees and scouting through trays of stuff with detect magic on for
As
anything that may
you
have
are
fallen
looking for
underneath.
detect magic, you wouldn't have simply because fire giants don't tend to have arcane trinkets on them.
Do I find anything of value? Like just anything that could have happened?
To
Can I
find
roll a luck
value,
check?
there's an entire
no.
cupboard filled with like 50 to 500 GP gems.
Things that could be useful to the rebellion, things that could be useful in crafting, things that could be useful in creating a new body, a la the Professor, a la Iron Man Mark.
I mean,
Whatever he was up
there's
to.
entire spare supplies. You notice potentially
Like an arc
some
reactor. Is there anything
goblins
with an arc
and a
reactor?
centaur stealing a iron wax seal, or iron metal seal, technically.
Why would there be seals here? We're nowhere near an ocean.
You guys can't keep repeating this joke. It doesn't. Not funny, guys.
I mean, it's the thing of jokes. You keep repeating until it eventually becomes funny.
We are legitimate businessmen.
Exactly.
We have our stamping seals.
Yeah, there's two sides to everything, Chris.
But yes, nothing. This is mostly repetitions. I'm just going to reveal this area since you've pretty much discovered anything of actual use in the rest of here. And we'll go explore the last segment of, since you'll no doubt want to check this bit out when both Alvina's back and after we've gone to Zormir. So, let us return down to Zormir as you get to... You're not entirely sure exactly how long has passed. You've been in a frenzy of crafting as finally your hard work comes to an end in the magical fantasy way of being able to craft something in a short setting and not 6 months.
Not a year, not most of a year.
Haste seemed to last an eternity.
It does. It's finally your last strike of perfection hammer. Well, actually, we don't know if it's perfection.
we
That's
don't know
the
yet.
part I need to check you for.
Go for it.
It's time
Zombie believes
for
it's
the
perfection.
skill challenge of forging metal.
Come on, Zombie.
Okay.
If
Now,
ever
as we
you
all
need
know,
that 20.
There are 3 parts to any good skill check when it comes to forging some craft or art. The first is the mind. You have to have an idea, an ingenuity. You have to have an image of what it is you want to craft in your mind, recalling all of your knowledge and experience. As I need you to give me either an intelligence or wisdom check using your smith proficiency.
Come on, Zombie.
Would he have advantage if he has history because he's made this exact item before? Question.
Unfortunately, don't have history as a
Well, then never mind.
proficiency.
Yeah, it doesn't matter either way.
Only,
Wisdom with
Three
proficiency.
will be useful.
intelligence with proficiency.
Wisdom or intelligence with proficiency. You can either use your connection with the world or the information that you have collected and studied to
Nice.
help you in your pursuit.
Plus 3.
Bad.
Fast off the mind.
That's a plus
24.
4. We've got plus 4 proficiency, Bob. So 25.
I believe you also wanted to attempt to use your multi-tool for this.
Yeah, so that
Isn't it
has
plus
a
one?
+1.
So
26.
You want to use your second feature of your multi-tool you've never used before.
Ooh!
I will basically empower it to allow me to do a cantrip of was it again? Damn it. Guidance.
Oh, that's
Guidance.
guidance!
do you have-
Nice!
Do you... Apparently, Zormir just doesn't have guidance naturally, so...
I don't think Artificers get
For some
it.
reason,
So,
Artificers do get it.
Well,
They're one of the only
fair.
player classes that don't. That's why the rest of the party has it.
Yeah.
It's just Zormir didn't pick it. Do you have to make any checks or anything to learn your cantrip of the day?
No, it just it's an action to do,
Cool.
and
Well,
it lasts for 8 hours, and
Alright,
then I
then-
can use it for the next dawn.
You can go ahead and use guidance for the crafting process, and just assume we'll apply it to all your checks, because that's how guidance works when it comes to long-form
2.
Tasks.
activities.
So 28.
yeah.
We seeing rolls? I'm not seeing any rolls. Where's my rolls?
Rolling D4
Is
too.
the D4 for the...
It's because I've not scrolled down for some reason.
Ah!
There we go.
Yeah,
I'm still in the sleight of hand check. for
And
some
we
reason.
added the rest up.
Yeah, it's a 28 with all his modifiers.
28. Dear God, Zormir, you have an idea, and you very quickly start making your direction to that idea. Now, as we all know, the second aspect of it comes to craft and art is while you have an idea, you need the ability to execute on that idea, either with physical strength or dexterity of the hand, as I need a strength or dex check with your smithing proficiency.
It'll be strength.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's plus
We're gonna get an
another- wait, it's
Amazon
plus
and
another-
Wish product.
It's like IKEA. But it's plus 4,
No.
plus
This could be
1,
good.
11,
and
12.
guidance.
This would be good. If it's a bit of armor that's really weak and the giant's wearing it, it'll shatter.
I don't think the giant will
It's
wear
fine.
it. If I'm honest.
Yeah, the Giants just wanted to learn.
It's at least a 13.
Yeah, roll
Oh.
the D4, Bob, because it's guidance.
Yes, you have guidance for all of these checks.
I'm destinying this.
Okay, good call.
Destiny,
You
okay.
rolled a 3. There we
16.
go.
Okay.
16, so 21 and guidance. 23.
There are two.
23.
Okay. As not only do you have a vision, you have the ability to see it through as your muscles heave and sigh with each hit against the craft. Not as good as your vision, but pretty damn good. As finally, we all know the final component to any good craft is the follow-through. Do you have not only the constitution of mind, but the constitution of body to actually finish the project?
Come on, Zormir.
Or
You want
are
a
you
con?
going to leave it half finished?
You want a con save?
Called out, Chris.
Con check.
You and everyone else, James, being an artist is not unique.
Creatives, you understand this. This
Give
section
me a constitution
Yeah.
check with your smith proficiency.
for all the creative.
Oh, check.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
I was
that's
gonna, I was gonna say if it was a save, it'd be even fucking better because I got +8 with a
Come on,
save.
Bob. Come on, Bob.
Well, I feel like at this point it might have to be a save for just the flavor of it. But no, we're going to stick to check because this is a skill challenge. And the skill challenge is 3 checks.
Come on, Zormir.
Gotta give the skill monkeys something to do outside of combat.
Did I click it?
It's not rolled yet. There you go.
18.
Does this
Yeah.
include
Plus-
smithing tools and guidance and all that jazz?
Yes. Yes, so go ahead and roll me your guidance. And
23,
So it's
24, right? Yep, 24.
well, I'm pretty sure they're all above 20. So with your 3 very successful checks, you not only passed the skill challenge, you passed the skill challenge with excellence.
Yay.
Getting
A plus with a smiley face.
Yeah,
Nice
you
stuff.
get,
you,
you
you get that
new
rare
rank.
beaming like sound effect that Final Fantasy 14 does when you get a quality item. Bing! You have crafted not only a
Zorm's just
standard crafting check,
smiling.
but a quality crafting check.
You know
I
when
wouldn't
there's
say
that
it's
moment
best
in
rank,
Monster
though.
Hunter where you perfectly cook the steak and you just like hold it above your head and cheer?
If you would like to, if you have an idea of what it was you were actually crafting, feel free to give us a description. Otherwise, you can just say you craft something that
Amazing.
demonstrates your skill with the armor technology.
I basically craft a greave for his arm that I basically
Gauntlet.
etched
A gauntlet.
the Arcanite into. So basically, by the time I finished it, I say, well, if you stick your arm next to it and concentrate on it, it'll snap to your arm.
Yes.
And no one can remove it after that.
I see. And tell me, the arcane inscriptions on it, is that simply for the attachment process?
Oh, it also allows it to basically, if that part of the arm was damaged, be replaced.
I see.
Self-repairing.
Yes. No, yes, I see. It's quite ingenious, and you've folded in the layers. Well, okay, so the arcane and you see him just kind of mumbling over your craft. He doesn't equip it, he doesn't put it on, but he kind of like hunches over and he's really narrowly looking in. And for a
Has he
moment,
got like the eyeglass that a jeweler would use?
only with his raw eyes though, and you kind of see him almost like hovering his hands over as if he's feeling for the sensations of the piece itself. He's not touching it, but he seems to be almost manipulating an invisible essence that you aren't aware of. And for a moment, he is distracted from you as he is peering into the item and mumbling under his breath as his previous comment gives way to giant.
Which you don't understand.
Do you understand giant?
Nope.
Yeah.
As the mumbling and techno babble that he is now spouting to himself as he defaults to his native language is lost on you. What would you like to do in the moment of distraction?
Not a bad choice.
As he is analyzing your work.
Unfortunately, I take too much pride in my work, and I'm distracted by my work as well, and basically waiting for him to try it on. like I made this, and he's not. I'm thinking, I could do this, and I've lost myself to the craft.
He's also like, fuck yeah, I did it!
That's very valid.
Yeah. Zombie is
Alright.
stunned for one round.
As the wave of lethargy overwhelms him.
As the moment passes and the Primal Smith finally like kind of not straightens up fully, but kind of like unfully hunches as he kind of turns to you, and you can see there is a spark in his eye, a spark that you know all too well with your high insight, a spark of an idea. You have inspired the Primal Smith.
I knew this was gonna happen.
This might be good. He might literally go back to his forge and personally do something. If we're
I
lucky.
might carve out your brain and eat it.
That's also possible.
Yeah, because as we all know, gaining power, they devour Noid souls. I'm looking forward to that.
It could be difficult. It would have to be tempered perfectly, but using a small infusion of iron glass and obsidian iron. It'd have to be heated by primal flame, of course. There's no other way you'd be able to perfect it, especially the infusion. And it would have to have a life of its own to replace the arcane. We can't taint the craft of arcane. No.
I like the ideas. Can we discuss this more?
Well, we've lost Zormir to actually Zormir joining the other team out of respect, which no one expected.
Discussing it would be a little above your head. Unfortunately, I don't think you have the necessary technique and knowledge to work with obsidian iron or iron glass or any of or even primal flame. But while you may not be my peer, I'm intrigued by this Noid concept of using iron and metal in new and in interesting ways. I see now why the Republic has such a perverse views in the mind of Noids, using them as almost equals in a way than mere workers. Yes, maybe there is something to be said for the mind of a Noid. Yes.
Zormir, what?
I won't tell anyone, of course. No, God, heaven forbid. Ooh, the generals would never understand. This stays between us and our fellow artisans.
Yes.
Can't expect. Oh, and do not stay away from the trolls. The bureaucrats would never understand. No insight, no idea for something beyond the scope of normalcy.
I do like your ideas and your way of thinking. It's much better than this closed-mindedness.
I think Zormir is going to join the giant.
You are.
No, Zormir is looking for allies.
You are a spy. A talented spy, but how?
Did Zormir actually say he was a spy?
He kind of got caught trying to steal something.
Yeah, but
while
did
invisible.
did he admit he was a spy? Or is it just an assumption?
I've not said.
You are a spy. You're a terrible spy. You've been caught straight away, and you're also
Really?
wearing full metal in a place where we can literally burn metal with but a thought.
Hmm.
Yes, no. If you are a spy, it would take me, well, seconds to incinerate you in all that metal.
Oh shit, that's how he spotted you, Zoma.
And
He can just see he's got a metal sense. Oh
Metal.
fuck, I just realised!
What is your loyalty to your master? What would it take me to steal you away?
I knew it! I knew it!
I mean, I would love to be able to do the skills that you have as well, with the being able to
You want to
learn how to manipulate metal on the primal level. It's fascinating. I love it. It's
I can teach you the technique and craft, but to communicate with the elements is a skill far beyond Noid minds are capable of. You lack the primal sense, you see. No, it is like teaching a blind man to see. It just cannot be done. But I can teach you knowledge. That I can offer.
knowledge for knowledge's sake, and trade. Is that?
Well, even our younger of our smiths are unable to communicate properly with the elements. So some have an innate gift and some show promise, but no, to them they must use primal flame and the use of equipment. No, it is only the forged masters who have truly perfected their craft, and well, of course, the highest rank of primal smith that can manipulate metal in a flame and heat it from simply communicating with the primal essence. You would never rise to the title of forge master, but an apprentice you may be, and maybe even a forge smith, able to, with the use of primal flame and technique, craft, well, maybe not necessarily works beyond imagine, but works of quality nonetheless.
That does sound very appealing.
This would be an achievement that no Noid before you has ever accomplished.
A chance to actually perfect my craft even further than I have done, even with new techniques.
Even a apprentice Noid would be beyond belief to anyone outside of our organization. Anyone outside of not even our organization, for the bureaucrats and the generals would never understand. No, this would have to be hushed. You would never be recognized by any greater organization within the primal monarch. But I can convince my fellow kin. I can convince the artisans, if I show them what I have learned from you, how you may be a valuable source of innovative ideas. That's what we need here in the forge and the foundry. New ideas. New challenges to challenge our craft. We've become stagnant in our superiority.
Sounds very exciting.
Yes. But that is what I must know. I must gauge the worth of you, apprentice Zormir. I must know that what I teach you will not be used against the monarchy, will not be used for the benefit of the Republic who covets our knowledge. And for those pesky empire, the Imperials must also not know. They would never appreciate it, but they seek in their arrogance to usurp our domain of the elements. Pledge this to me, Zormir. Abandon whichever master you have with the Empire or the Republic, and join the monarchy. Well, at least, not necessarily join the monarchy. Like I said, I would never be able to tell anyone outside of this forge about you and about your knowledge. They would deem you too dangerous. But abandon, at least, and forsake your masters within the Republic and the Empire.
That's a good bet. Do it. Say that at least. You've not got masters in them.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
Don't say that straight up.
My
You're a free agent.
My allegiance is to the craft, and I see my craft is appreciated here.
God, he really is going to change sides.
Yeah.
We've lost him, guys!
A persuasion check with advantage.
It's a
Okay.
good answer. So we have to rely on the fact that Gwent can fly the ship now, right?
Yeah, that's why I was asking
So it's
earlier.
almost- it's almost
Is Gwen proficient?
So we'll be staying here, right? And we'll come back and pick you up later.
Ooh.
That's good. 17's good.
Yeah, but I was thinking of the 12. If it was just straight roll.
It's good
I know,
advantage.
as if advantage. I see. You truly speak truth, don't you, Apprentice Zormia? You're not affiliated with either the Republic or the Empire.
No.
I see. Then, yes. Yes, for this idea that you have given me, such a rare and coveted gift, an idea for a whole new line of work, a whole new project that, oh yes, I can already envision it.
World.
Fantastic point of view!
Zormir. I will bestow upon you a gift that very few ever receive, not even the Forge Smiths, and very rarely the Forge Masters are ever, other than very rare scenarios, permitted to see. Do you wish to know what this gift is, Apprentice Zormia?
By all means.
I will
appreciate-
allow you to witness my craft.
Ooh,
That is indeed
an honor.
an honor.
Yes. I will allow you not only to witness my craft, but to do so in the usage of Primal Flame.
Yes! I'm so happy.
Now this must be kept secret from the other apprentice and the other smiths, that they would not understand. Are you able to do the invisible thing again?
Unfortunately, not.
No.
Good thing I
I
can.
see.
Give me a couple of minutes.
I'll go and find. No,
Then would you be opposed to me wrapping you up in cloth and carrying you like
bundle.
in a secreted bundle?
He wants
No.
to put you in his bag.
No, anything to. I have no problems at all. I do
Yeah.
wish to see your masterful hands at work.
That's one way of wording it.
Hands around.
That
I'm
is phrasing.
sorry, the phrasing is bad, but
Show
that
me
is,
your hands.
Zarmir has lost
Inspiration
it.
for Gwen for that.
I mean,
Zarmir has not got
getting
the
very close.
Zarmir has not got to talk to someone he sees as a peer in so long because he's been dealing with Alvina.
It's
He's
been a long time for good old Zarmir, hasn't it?
Yeah,
A bit of a
you-
dry spell in terms of intellect.
Yeah, you're not used to dealing with someone who's actually uses a hammer to blacksmith metal, using Alvina who's using people to blacksmith metal.
he was teaching
Also
the
don't use
dwarfs. He's being taught something he
True,
hasn't.
Yeah,
He hasn't.
They just manipulate it with their hands. They just do it with metal bending, effectively.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fucking
Oh.
cool, by the way.
Oh, I must also ask. Are you affiliated with this? What did they say?
Inspect.
The inquisitive breath on envoy that seems to have. I was not aware of any such visit, and as a primal smith, I am aware of all details going on in my forge. I have no doubt it's one of the foreign factions masquerading, and I didn't mean to see to this before you distracted me. Are you affiliated with these individuals, or is this a coincidence, a second infiltration?
Honestly, you could go either way, and it could go quite well. I'm not
Wolfie,
sure.
come on.
What?
Well,
wanna hear what
Apprentice
Paul has to say.
Zormir, are you acquainted with this party claiming to be the Inquisitive Breath?
Okay, I'm gonna flip a coin.
No, fair.
Roll a d20, see what happens.
Yeah, I could see this going well either way. Or terribly either way, so...
Are we choosing violence or are we choosing the right thing?
Yay! the Geddon style. Not choosing violence.
There. Not choosing violence.
Take the pacifist route.
It's always the pacifist route for some reason. These D2s are loaded.
Pacifist route there. I was told to test you and see how well your security was. That's why I was invisible and tried to take the key. I am merely employed, and I do what I'm told.
Check. At disadvantage.
I want
Well,
check.
Deception at disadvantage.
Deception at disadvantage. Okay. Deception. Where are you?
Yeah, I was
Don't you?
Against the knowledge he possesses.
I was expecting you to go, no, this is actually a secret inspection. This was the point.
Let's find out what they're doing.
That's why I said there's a reason there's surprise checks.
13's not terrible.
Yeah.
Apprentice Zormir.
Guidance?
On guidance, I guess.
I think using magic at this point when he's looking at me is not gonna go very well. Because that's a spell.
Explain. You could get away with it when crafting, since that's expected, but not while you're trying to have a social encounter with them. Let me just think of my answer. Guided. Pray.
Come on!
Help me lie to this
What's that
person.
over there?
We might, guys, we might want to destiny him. I don't, because I think I'm going to get called on something later that I want to save mine for.
I don't, because I think this is just funny.
Alright.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
Apprentice Zormir.
He made his
You-
hole. He has to lie in it.
Mm.
You have already convinced me you do not work for the Empire or the Republic. But do not try to lie to me that you work for the monarchy. I am well aware that the individuals here are not with the Order of Inquisitive Breath. To do so would be nearly impossible for various reasons. So why, after I have shown you trust, after I have offered to take you in as an apprentice and show you something that such a rare occurrence would ever occur, have you decided to lie to me? You must have your reasons, Omi. I will give you, out of respect for the craft, one chance to tell me the truth.
The truth?
The truth.
Flip on us.
Just Jack Sparrow this shit, dude. Go for it.
All right then.
I confess.
I guess.
You wouldn't.
People out there are from another world entirely. I flew the ship here. I built it, and we've crash landed. And we're here to steal your ship.
Not
And
gonna
you
fucking
still
say
think you're lying.
that. But if I was to tell you the truth of how we got here and who we are, I'm not entirely sure you would believe me, even if I did tell you exactly who I am and where I'm from.
Well,
Because
why not
you'd-
start with telling me why you're in the fort? I don't need the beginning. Why don't you start with the covered piece of story? And then if I have questions, we can work backwards.
We jumped
What
down, we
are
jumped,
you and your allies doing here?
we jumped down the garbage
What?
chute.
Is your name? What is your
We jumped down the garbage chute, smashed through a wall.
Convince me you aren't affiliated with any of the... You're not with the Monstro Guild, are you?
Oh hell no!
I put through the
Oh,
hole
good.
here.
Those coin pinchers are always trying to get our trade secrets.
Gwent's
So what, you're an unaffiliated party?
Gwent's favour with this guy just shot up rapidly.
I like
Come on,
it.
Princess Zormia.
I am currently my own affiliate of my own party who's looking to gain allies. To be
Gain
honest with you,
ally. To what order?
to make this place a lot better.
Like
I
the
mean,
Forge?
I
He looks
mean,
around.
no,
What?
I'm meaning,
The word.
I mean Alterra in general.
Alterra? Oh, wait, you trying to destroy the Empire and the Republic? Yes, they are both menaces on the world, aren't they?
Technically.
That is what Fate is trying to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I do. I also believe the world would be better if the monarchy ruled it all.
We'll kill you off then.
It's,
To be honest, a lot
I
of us
see
are-
the world is in disarray with everyone squabbling and fighting and
Tell it is. The world's going to shit.
the world's crap. We want to make it better.
yes, the world could do with improving, and I'm seeking to make allies. People like-minded actually want to do something better with this planet, or this Dyson sphere, of a world or realms, and quite frankly, I'm appalled at how lack of craft there is in here, in this world, and I have enjoyed what I've seen here, and Armir is lost to this sort of babbling about how he's impressed with all the fire giants' craft, and just
He's just like, you know what? You guys are better than the current.
And your allies, they share your passion for craft?
Be honest,
Well,
dude.
one.
Be honest,
One
dude.
does.
goodness,
Has he
if
driven
I
your
was
throat dry?
they had the same passion for craft as me, I wouldn't be staffed for this knowledge that you have offered up. They are also free agents that work along
Independent contractors.
independently.
Legitimate businessman.
We're strange.
Gee.
Um,
Oh, by the primal light of flame. This is. Well, I hope you understand, Apprentice Zormir, that while I have given leeway for your presence here, I cannot allow for your party to be wandering around impersonating a high-ranking inquisitive order. Now, what is your loyalty to these parties? I imagine you would be upset if I were to simply incinerate them.
they have skills and talents that I suggest you test the skills and talents.
Test the skills.
Okay, that's not the way I thought you were gonna go.
Why?
To
That
see
took a turn.
how
Why?
I'm gonna be honest, Alvina's down, but
Yeah.
what's
So we can
Alvina's
show-
talent? Violence and eating.
to show that they can be worthy allies as well. I mean, I've shown my talents. I'm sure they will rise to the occasion of their own individual talents.
Zoma, you place me in a difficult situation. I can secret away one apprentice, but to start gathering, even if they are noids, I assume noids of a wild and dangerous nature.
One of them at least.
To do such a thing would be to call into question my own loyalty within the hierarchy. The lieutenant general is of Titan nobility.
Oh shit.
I am still, by the bounds of the hierarchy, adhered to his orders. And I would never think to go against it. To do such a thing would be to cast shame upon my very essence. No. If your allies wish to ally with the fire giant smiths of Ironcore, only the Lieutenant General could ever agree to such an alliance. As I said, I can secret away one apprentice without keeping it on the radar, but a whole party, that is beyond me. Even in my age, wisdom, and talent.
Well,
So you understand where my options lie to either report them to the Lieutenant General or to remove them from the premise. Now, I may not need to incinerate them. I may be able to get away with simply casting them out of the forge as if they were rodents. Yes, I would never lie to my superior, but it is not a lie to say I've removed vermin from the even if you do not consider them such, my superiors would, and that is all that suffices. Maybe you can talk them into leaving Zormia before it threatens action. What do you propose? What do you think?
I do think that would probably be the better option. Me informing them they need to leave before things get a little more dicey, and your generosity is stretched way too thin.
Yes, I did think so.
So you have no problem with me talking to them and convincing them to leave of their own volition?
Yes, it's just about the order in which we do this. How do I know your allies will not steal you from me?
I do not want to be stolen away right now. I want to see your skills and craft in action. I would hit them myself if they stole me away before seeing such an opportunity.
We're not gonna stop you going your own path. Essentially, put it that way.
Yeah. It'll be like that
And
scene in Pokemon where Ash says goodbye to Butterfree.
Then I shall set you
What?
free to find your allies and convince them to leave before I have another Smith investigate. In the meantime, I wish to get started on my project, but if I were to retreat into the lower level, you would have no way to follow. Do I wait, but delay my passion to begin this project?
Let's see. Yep, I've got enough left for an expeditious retreat.
I'll be right back.
Cast expeditious retreat on himself, and I'm on my way.
I will stand forth among the northern chamber walls and the northern. I don't know what the fuck you would call this. I don't know, the little building up here in the top right. He says whatever here before the flaming barrier. I will allow 10 minutes of my passion to eclipse before I forget you and retreat within to the lower level. You have 10 minutes, Zormia, apprentice.
I am using everything and move as fast as I can to find those fuckers.
We're still in going up towards that room, I imagine. So you can.
You guys had enough time at this point to explore this final room in alcove, which doesn't have anything interesting to note for the adventure wise.
Okay.
And can eventually find yourself back, eventually by this final entrance way, which is the last thing you have to find.
Yep.
And plus, I think is actually a good meeting point then for Zormir to come find you.
It kind of works.
On the way.
Fucky would have
can
been
I
looking for blood.
Oh, let's do this in order then. I'll go around each person to get what you want to be doing effectively. It's going to up. Fuck you, what were you saying?
Fucky would have been looking for blood for Zormir.
To find how you're looking for blood. Generally, there's not going to be an open source of blood.
Just cut somebody!
Fuck, he's gonna
He's
cut
looking
somebody.
He's looking around the shelf, see if there's any vials of blood. If not, he's going to be very tempted to cut one of the fire giants.
Alright, well, you get to the tempted stage, for there is no vial of blood lying everywhere.
Oh, there's not a convenient one in the other section where all the dyes are. There's no just jars of blood.
I mean,
No jars of blood. There might just be regular red dye ink, but no blood.
How good is...
in that
Yeah, but
case-
fuck, you could go for
I'm
that.
how
thinking
good
it's
at
blood.
identifying
It's like,
it
"Ah,
is
there,
fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you would have just grabbed a vial of red then.
Yeah.
Okay, give me
mean-
an intelligence check to see just how dumb you
Natural
are.
1!
There's a
Natural
guy-
1! Natural
There was
1!
a guy crushed under an anvil. You tell me.
Yeah, but he wasn't
cough up
cut.
blood
He
at one
was
point.
being bludgeoned.
Yeah, but
Go
he
in,
didn't
eh?
cough up blood at
Damn
one
it!
point.
I'm sorry, fuck
Wonderful,
you.
bro.
Unfortunately, because you are a murder hobo machine, you are
You know what
unable
blood's
not to
like.
distinguish the difference between blood and red ink.
Wait a minute!
Oh,
How dumb do
Oh,
you think
it-
Zormir is?
yeah. Fuck you has just still gotten a vial of blood, and he's going to try convince Zormir it's blood.
Alright, fair. You could just
Someone's gonna be like, what the fuck are
Oh,
you giving me
alright.
this for?
Here's a jar.
Fate, what did you want to do?
The seal that was it Fukyu and
Gwen.
Gwent picked up. I'd like to ask them to have a look at it.
There was a couple because they just have a collection of the seals. Each one of them are
Interesting.
identical, and since you're all allies, and I'm just going to assume
Yeah.
you do so, you can have a quick look at the seal. It looks to be the mark of Iron Core.
Iron Core. So we could forge documents or armor with that.
Yes, that was the plan.
Perfect.
Oh! I've got an idea for that.
and turn more in fact. Turn
Ha-
back.
ha- Roughly how many seals do I have?
Well, they had half a dozen there, so like 6. So
You took the
did you
lot.
want to take all of them?
Mine!
Into the bag of holding. There you
Fucking
go.
seals! They
So-
go-
I'm just imagining somebody like, oh, I forgot we talked about this. Return the seals when you. Oh, I bet I gotta go figure out where they are now.
Group
They'll be on
meeting!
somebody's desk.
Who's seen seal 549?
Yeah. We need it for documentation.
Who was the last one to sign it out?
Yep.
Gwen, did you want to do anything before we
Uh,
transition to part meeting up?
Just side-eyeing, trying to see where Zormir is.
That's fair. That's fair. Lou, would you like to do anything?
Hello, didn't he get a choice?
I'm just waiting to see what transpires.
That's fair. As the party eventually comes back out of exploring the north section and comes down to this final section you've not explored, you see two, or what appears to be large, tall, obsidian iron walls, a contrast to the dark stone masonry of the rest of the foundry. The entire, what appears to just be almost like a little hut in the middle of it. There's no windows or anything. It's just large cube, for all intents and purposes, about 60 feet tall and maybe about 40 to 50 foot along. On the three edges that you can see where there's just black, it is just nothing but obsidian iron wall. Warm to the touch, but it seems to just be a room temperature to the rest of the constant, just ringing and humid nature of the room. But as you kind of loop around to this one section where there's a door, you see what is a massive wall of what appears to be living flame. It is obscured, and you can kind of see vague shadows on the other end, but not enough for the sake of any teleportation magic, as the living flame appears to just be almost swaying and dancing. It has a solidness to it and a heat to it, not burning, but hot to the touch. It can get uncomfortable after a couple seconds, but it appears to be a living flame, similar to the living flame box that you got. At this time, Zormir, you have no trouble finding the party standing out. Also, directly behind you as you're looking at this doorway is just the thundering of a lava waterfall hitting in, and you can see now that you're kind of glancing down into it. There's a slight lip and a little bit of a raisedness to the platforms just above this pool of lava. Because what it is just pool of lava. You can see movements of and the occasional rising and dipping in and out of what appear to be red glowing lava sharks.
No,
I mean, his eyes are gleaming. We don't have a way to transport a lava shark. What are you talking about?
As well as, since you would have to have passed it coming down south, you would have gone a glance at this large northern crystal with what appears to be three-headed red pyrohydras wading through the water. Their heads just sticking out above it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing Alvina's more staring at.
With Alvina kind of eyeing that and eventually being forced to the party to look at the doorway, Zormir, you're able to come up to the party as you're all stationed kind of roughly in this area. You all over here. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody pushed the apprentice into lava.
I did it.
And the shark.
And the sharks
See
on
what the
land!
lava sharks can do now.
They're on land!
Get out of there! You're not allowed in there. Get out!
I'm not in the water.
You're no longer invisible. I mean, I knew as soon as you became visible. I just didn't want to warn the others.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah. That was a thing about 20 minutes,
About 25
half
minutes
an
ago.
hour. About 25 minutes, half an hour ago, he became visible.
Ah.
Have you got the key to the elevator?
Yes, did you get the key? I
No.
presume since you're visible and not dead, and
No.
also
Shush.
not...
Oh,
Shush.
shit.
Oh.
Listen to me.
Okay.
You need to leave now. I have gained favor with the Floor Master, but
How the fuck
if
did
you
you do that?
linger... I showed my craft.
Okay.
If you linger
Show
any longer, he knows
craft.
that he's not of here. Well, he knows you're not of the what
Dragon
you're trying to.
people. Okay.
You're not trying to pretend to be.
Shit. Okay.
He knows
but he's
we're
not,
not who
but
we
he's
say we
not,
are.
But he's not alerted anybody.
Not yet, and
Okay.
he's out of.
Do you know where?
Thanks.
Do you know where the
Thanks.
primordial fire is?
Unfortunately, know where you're going to get to, but I will.
Okay.
I have to stay here because I'm going to be
I have
shown
a
his.
new job.
Sorry, what now?
I need to stay here for now because I have gained the favor of the Floor Master,
You
and
said
he's
that.
going to show me his craft.
I slap you in the face. What?
I want an insight on Zormi, even though I know he's telling the truth. I want an insight.
How long will you be staying here? Should we progress to the upper levels and wait for you up there? And if so, how long do we wait? How do you not know that this floor master will not grow tired of you and simply dispose of you after a fashion?
Bagsy the ship.
We can't just Bagsy a ship.
Bagsy the ship. I call Bagsy. It's mine now.
No, you crash landed in my world. It's now mine.
No,
That's my ship.
it goes to the fucking
Sorry, no, that's
goblin
not-
and then the
that's
person who can
not-
fly it. Gwent, you have
Sorry.
learned.
Never mind. That's not something I would say. That's something the professor would say.
Yeah.
I rescind it.
What?
How
You
long
have-
should we wait for you, Dr. Zorn?
I don't know. This is all fucking a
I'm
mess.
the captain now. I decide.
Hush. Zormi,
This-
Alvina's been like quite quiet while doing this whole rant. She's just staring at you. You're gonna meet up with us later,
Oh.
right?
I hope so. I'm trying to gain an ally here.
At least, do me this as a favour. Keep yourself alive, and I'm gonna take a bunch of jars out. Get these back to me as before we leave. You know how long we've got
How long?
before the ship?
Uh,
That she's
wait,
like
how long
indicating.
did-
She's
how
indicating.
long-
You.
How long did he say before he would actually come out to?
No, not that.
Get the-
As in the ship. As in the thing we're
He's
trying
going
to
to be there in
steal.
5 minutes. The ship will be there in
Tomorrow.
less than 24 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Roughly
what
24 hours.
Alvina's.
You're not actually sure if it's going to arrive. It's going to arrive tomorrow, but you're not sure if it's morning, evening, or afternoon.
Alvina's
Tomorrow
basically
Yeah.
making
at
sure.
dawn.
Did they not give like LB in between this time and this time?
Yes, midnight today
No,
and
no,
midnight
there's-
tomorrow.
It will arrive on the 14th day of the season,
Make it slightly more
between,
realistic.
between morning and nightfall.
It's Alvina's like staring at you. And she's handed you the jars that
Mhm.
aren't full of imics. All the remaining jars.
Yeah.
So, you know where the chip is?
I haven't gained any of that information other than we know roughly where it was, but
Just making sure you remember that it's tomorrow. Right?
yes.
get back to us before we leave, okay?
I'm going to try, but it's going to be a very tricky process of not
Well,
lying.
if you can't get back to us tomorrow, and we have to go, get back to us. You hear me?
I will do my best.
She
can only
stretches.
do-
She stretches her arm out in like a proper, like full arm hug, like the handshake. Like
The handshake.
The forearm, the bro handshake. You know the one.
The Predator one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
And
Be safe.
Fuck you.
You too.
Fuck you's gonna hand a vial to Zormi. It's your blood.
I know that's not blood. That's
It's blood.
and I didn't ask you for it. I
You got
needed
some
it
blood.
for the.
It's blood.
I didn't even. When did you contact me?
When I asked you earlier where you were.
You-
Is it
Oh shit! You
24th
said I.
December?
Oh shit! I did vaguely felt I had your voice in my head. Damn it! I was busy in the craft. Sorry.
It's blood. Here you go.
Whatever. Pockets the damn vial.
Just take it. Like, thanks.
An avocado. Thanks.
Brent, do you know enough to fly a ship?
Put a potion of healing in your hand, and then I slap you again and I walk away.
Ow!
Oh, I can fly it. Don't worry.
You'll be fine.
I can help
Keep-
him. I'm not the worst at it.
Doctor's on here.
I can fly it.
No.
Landing's the issue.
Keep
No,
Gwen
we
safe,
ship this
whatever.
around.
I.
Of course.
Oh, we
Hey,
already
you-
know
you
we've
need-
got to
you
keep
need to
Gwen
turn your mic-
safe.
James, you need to turn your microphone up because you are very quiet.
It's just the voice.
Yeah, James's actual volume is actually fine. He just dips. They just dip down for the voice a bit. It's not really the issue.
You really should have. I mean, you can evolve your voice. You can make it like stronger, more.
Up your
louder.
bass. But yeah,
Yes.
at least get me those as quickly as possible. And she's got a big, the shit-eating grin that Alvina has, which is very similar to my one in real life.
Coincidentally.
Coincidentally, all my characters have the same grin, even if they're not got the same shaped face.
It's all in the mouth.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Oh no.
But yeah, stay safe, bud.
I will, but you need to move.
How do we get out?
We need to use a lift.
Because our entrance wasn't exactly the best.
How do we use a lift if we've not got the key?
Shit, I'm going to have to call in a damn favor to get you out of here, aren't I?
Well, if he says we've got to get out of here, I'm assuming that he's got a way for us to get out of here.
I mean, I can fly, and I could probably take the point with me at most.
As long as he believes that you're going to leave
We will leave.
and do so,
We will leave.
I'm sure he'll allow you to leave.
Okay?
As long as we can get directions.
Just go and grab him. Just go get him quick, and we'll leave.
I will go back to him because obviously.
Tell him to leave, but we need directions.
We need a way to get out because we can't get back.
As soon as you're gone, I'm going to turn to the others and say, directing Alvina, because you've known him the longest, right? Is that the canon?
I don't think I ever knew him the longest. They just kind of get each other and like they've come from opposite angles, but they actually understand each other.
it might have been fuck you who just wandered onto the ship.
Yeah, because Alvina's not been adventuring.
That actually wouldn't be surprising.
It would either be Fukyu or Lu, since they're from Eros, like Zormir, whereas Alvina is from Fantasia.
Yeah, certainly to you three then.
Could have been Lu after
We'll go with Lu.
Not long after Lu came out of the cult.
Sure.
We'll go with Lu.
You've the three of you.
Oh, and Steve.
You've travelled
For Steve.
Certainly.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Has he gone like this before?
He's gone off knowledge, and he's always turned up again.
In
I can imagine.
situations this dangerous, with stakes this high,
Stakes.
with deadlines this tight.
Stakes
This
similar.
one's slightly more
Yes,
dangerous and higher.
Stakes similar. Danger not quite as much, but he's done crazy stuff for knowledge before, and I trust the guy.
Do you believe he'll come back?
Yes.
It's not a matter of trust.
Yes.
It's a do you believe he can survive this?
Yes. Absolute is in there's absolution in Alvina's voice.
He's always come back from his knowledge strips before.
Yep.
Fade nods. Then we go.
Mhm.
He'll be fine.
Yep.
And I'm more telling myself and
Yeah.
Gwent this than anyone else.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Alvina
look-
100%
at Gwen.
believes, and if anyone is like doing like an insight on her, she absolutely 100% believes he will be fine and he will get back to us eventually. It might not be like within the deadline, but he'll get back to us.
Sort of more looking at Gwen. He'll be fine.
They were not the lava sharks.
He's got plenty of company.
Holy shit, are those lava sharks?
Yeah, they're adorable. I wish I could keep one.
Can I
All
start
right. So what are
scanning?
you actually doing? You gonna ask the primal smith to get them out of this level, or?
That's what Zome is doing. We're basically we're trusting on Zome to be able to get us out, but we're going towards what we assume is the lift.
Yeah,
I assume.
so we're maintaining our disguise until we get out of this level,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Zormir is able to
No reason to
easily
break it
run
down.
back, assuming Zormir wants to, and ask a final favor of the primal smith, who will roll his eyes and go.
We want to leave, but we can't.
Like, hey, dude, you want us out?
Troublesome apprentice.
He agreed to leave, and I trust him.
Step onto the platform, and I will teleport you up to the higher level.
Yes, trust the charlatan.
Zormir, you stay here by my side.
Albina
Drag me out of this.
Yeah, Alvina
I
just.
can't find myself in amongst the names right now.
I think you've been moved up.
Mm.
Lou Graham, Primal
Nope.
Smith.
Alvina, Fig,
Abby.
Gwen.
You're not in
fuck
here.
you. Yeah, can't see your name.
I moved myself up that way.
Maybe
Have I
maybe
been-
you're stuck in someone.
You might be on. Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
You know when you're off,
There's,
you know?
there's
Expand
wide
a bit.
Zome here. Yeah. Alvina, without a hint of face, just dead eyes at the Primal Smith.
Right, well, I'm going to teleport you away now, because this one has a funny stare.
It's just boring into his head.
Is there that much silence? Is there a full 4 or 5 seconds of silence before he says anything?
Probably.
I like to
eye.
think there is.
There's locked
Lock
eye.
eyes.
Lock eyes and the
she's
giant
staring at me like
backs
that.
down.
Fuck you does the baby Groot just waving at them.
Yeah.
Would Alvina and fuck you not be so mesmerized by him?
No, he's a giant. We've
Yes.
seen giants. He's not actually fire.
Beard's on fire.
No, he's not. It's a giant.
Isn't it?
that's
I thought his name was Firebeard.
No.
No.
So
That's
Elder-
more- that's the
That's
warden.
warden from Deep
Or-
Well.
That's the
Yeah.
wrong.
Oh.
That is a dwarf in a different area.
This is Elder
It was
Arazak.
Cinderbeard
Do you know
that
how,
fuck he's
how
infatuated
much I've
with.
got in my brain right now? Excuse
Apparently
me
too
for
much.
thinking all the similar named characters.
And I'm able to distinguish him.
Oh no, man!
You're
I
sick,
feel
you're
like
just imagining
Arazak is a
Treebeard
vastly
on
different
fire.
name than Cinderbeard.
Yeah.
Do I have level 1 on this?
I don't know, honestly. We just kind of skipped a few stages.
Yeah.
Thanks to a
Yeah.
lava worm.
Thanks to us
I've been
RKOing a guy down a bin.
Yeah, but the lava worm like took the last 10 feet of wall away. And we were
into
like,
here.
oh fuck.
He didn't have stairs on this. I'm just trying to think where he would send you, assuming because he doesn't know how you got in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who's gonna tell him?
Nobody.
Exactly.
I
He's-
mean,
he's
do
got-
you have somewhere like a just down
Like a
south
front
or
door?
something? Yeah. Front door,
it'd be
town
probably a
centre.
teleporter on like probably on like would the exit level be the ship level?
That's what I'm thinking. It's either that I'm trying to think of because I don't actually put in a level for like because they do the ship level is at the back of the building, in that like the part of the mountainside is cleared away into like a ship port, but they do have an exit and entrance to the valley, where Iron Core is at the bottom off. I'm trying to think what level that would be on. I guess
It could.
no, because one overlooks it all. It'd have to be a lower level.
It could
four?
be.
We'll go for mid-level.
Well, right. He could think that we might have got in like as stowaways. That's a feasible way we got in. So he might kick us out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send you up to the highest level of the ship dock because that just makes sense to me. I don't want to think about where.
Yeah. Where else we're
There's
gonna
a
rob?
there's a whole other part of this complex that leads out into the valley that isn't on the maps. That we're just not gonna think about for right now.
We'll go to the ship level, and if later we want to go and rob a different level, we'll tell you.
Are we going to
for
be
now, though.
escorted, or is he taking it on
He's wanting to
blind
keep it
faith?
secret. He wants to keep it secret. So.
Oh yeah, he's literally just going to step on it to activate the thing, which I guess it
So
could play
blind
into
faith
later.
it
So I'm not
is.
gonna tell you how the teleporters work. He's just gonna step
That's
on it to
fair.
activate it and then just send you away.
It's basically not
I was
his
just
problem
wondering if he
anymore.
was. I was just wondering if he was going to make sure that we left.
No, he doesn't
No,
care.
he doesn't want anything to do with this because then he has to report it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go up the chain. He wants not
And-
my problem. Someone else can deal with it.
Yeah, and then he has to explain Zormir, who he's trying to keep secret.
Yeah.
So anyway, for now, you get teleported up to the Iron Landing level, which is level 0 technically. And we are going to take a quick 5-second break there, so I can go get some refresh
Yeah.
my water and stuff, and we can all take a break. And also because apparently I need to load the last map, which I haven't actually uploaded to Roll20 ahead of time. I thought I had done them all, but no. So
You expect us to get locked in a room again, I see.
Yeah.
I closed the door. I'll keep them busy for 2 hours.
5-second break there. Go do stuff,
Yeah.
everyone. I'll be back in a moment.
I've already actually taken my break earlier, so.
Yeah, you ran away and pissed up the wall.
But yeah, so congrats, Zormir. That is the good ending for your character, possibly. We might never get you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? If this were a Telltale game, like you
It's a
wouldn't be
good ending.
you wouldn't be the protagonist, but you would have left the protagonist.
Yeah, has anyone
Zormir is the new Steve.
has anyone else watched like The Quarry or what was that the game with the Wendigos? What was it
No.
called?
idea.
Until Dawn.
What is a Wendigo?
Watch Until Dawn.
Uh,
Watch someone play through
Wendigo
Until
is
Dawn.
There's a
Canadian-
film that's got a Wendigo in it.
I'll see if I
Yeah.
can find a picture and I'll put it in Discord. But basically,
Please don't, because it's probably a horrific thing and it won't
Yeah,
let me
it-
sleep.
It
Well,
is a
please don't
horror.
please don't put Wendigo.
I'll put a cute picture of a Wendigo. How about that?
No, how about no?
Soften the blow.
This
I've had
is
so
cute
many nightmares
one.
recently of things you guys have posted.
Isn't that
fucking
Chupacabra?
gifs and memes.
No, that's a Wendigo.
There
There
They
you
don't
go.
look. They don't look
Basically,
like
How
that.
can you not love that?
Yeah, they don't look like that in the game, but I did find a gif of it in the game. That's kind of horrifying. Basically, the ones in the game look like a skinned human with fangs.
Yeah.
So I put that one in, but it's an adorable one. But basically,
Wendigos are basically skinwalkers.
kind of, yeah. But basically, they're cannibalistic. That's their big thing.
Mhm.
That kind of game, like The Quarry and Until Dawn, it has like certain objectives that if you complete them, a character has survived the night, essentially. And they don't have a chance. So Zombie's just fucked off, and he's just going to be around, but we don't deal with him for a bit because until the end of the game, which it turns out he's been arrested or something, probably. But yeah, that's fun. Zombie, you'll either die or you'll come back with all the knowledge that we need. Also, you better fucking come
What
back.
better way to go?
You better fucking come back at least to deliver me my frickin' my primal fire.
Where did I end up
Sounds
made?
like-
I don't
yeah,
know.
Like I said, Zormir wasn't here, but
Yes, I will come back
Yeah.
with all the knowledge.
And the fire.
Don't forget
And the
the fire.
I think they've got 4 jars of, there. If you put that on yours, you've got the 4 primordial fire jars.
Okay.
They're empty.
How many limbs do we think Zormir is going to lose?
At
reckon
least
2.
his final leg. I think he'll lose his other leg.
And
No,
what
no,
kind
I
of
reckon
potion did you
2.
hand me?
A potion healing.
4.
Just a standard
It was
healer.
4 red
healing
vials.
potion.
Oh yeah, and you've got a vial of red.
Yes. You could
No,
tell
he's
him
got
it's
vial of
healing
blood.
Blood quotation marks.
Yes.
quote unquote blood.
Wait a minute. Did you not hear me for a while or something?
No.
Did I have myself muted for...
We think you were muted for a little while, yes, Bob.
It.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, you've got all that. I've not given you the eggs. The eggs we're keeping. But you do have all the not Imix-filled jars, which we expect back soon. Which is that's the main reason, honestly, that Alvina is convinced he'll come back, because she doesn't think that Zormir won't fulfill the obligation. Essentially, like, you'll be dead as a ghost, and it will deliver the jars. Is what she's convinced. So you'll definitely come back. Whether you're alive or not is another matter. But she knows you'll come back. Alive is preferable.
Come hell or high water, you'll deliver
Yeah,
those vials.
You will give me
one
that
way or
fire.
another.
Yeah, honestly, that actually went probably about as well as we could have possibly gone.
Yeah.
Possibly
I mean,
better.
with that many, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be
Said it
honest, it's
before.
the first
It's-
time I've noticed Zormir's last name, Eskar. I thought he was
Eskar.
Cowman.
I
No,
thought
it
it was
was-
Escobar for a
No,
good long while.
I for a good while thought it was Esquire.
He's not in the drug cartel unless he's undercover.
Yeah, we don't know.
He was undercover.
That's what I'm saying, unless he was undercover, because,
We're
you know, he's an investigator.
Also, here's the thing, by the way.
Dirty cop.
Here's the thing, by the way, guys. The Smith is the Primal Smith is the only one who knows that we're full of shit and not actually dragons.
Mhm.
So we continue to just milk this con,
Oh, yeah.
right? We're
'Cause
going to continue
obviously
dragging
he's
our
not
way
gonna
through if we
say
get
shit.
caught. Yeah. We're not going to get caught. Until we get caught, I'm a dragon.
And
And you are my minions, essentially.
if we see any guards at the landing dock, we're just
Stay away
leaving.
from trolls.
No,
You're
wait.
bad.
No, here's the thing. We're the inspectors.
Yeah,
It
and we're
worked for
just
the
leaving. If
No, we're not even leaving. We're here to inspect the shipyard.
Yeah, but when we get to the
Do we need
landing
to sneak
dock...
onto the ship?
Oh yeah, we just go.
Yeah.
We'll take this
Well,
ship back.
I was thinking of, like, we could wait close by, you know, maybe get a long rest.
No, yeah, our
If it's not going to be till tomorrow that the
actually,
ship
that's the
gets
thing.
here.
That's the thing.
So we can sneak onto the ship
Is
and
it-
then be
Holy
nice
shit.
and...
We know about
Yeah.
it. That's our exit.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
our.
God.
We just say.
This is great.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
actually
we're
fucking
saying-
works.
and we've oh my god, tonight we can totally forge a
documentation!
fucking letter of recommendation
Yeah.
saying yeah. I did
Yes,
head
before
of the
we go
Smiths
to
and we
sleep.
got his name. Like we could even if we even got his name, so it'll be like
Yeah.
yes, I head of the Smithing Guild do hereby recognize they have inspected our forge. They will
And
be
everything is up
inspecting
to
ships.
standard.
Everything was
Holy
exemplary.
shit.
It was fantastic
That-
quality. Yes.
God.
As soon as Chris said we're going to
Who's
the
got
landing dock...
who's got forgery kit? Someone has.
Me,
You,
me.
yes!
I do.
Blue does.
I said, I know this
All the
party.
guidance.
Someone has forgery kit. We'll see it.
I think Assassin must as well.
I've also just realised
I
something.
mean-
Probably does, but
Gwent, do you
as
afford?
Assassin's not here...
I've also noticed.
I mean, because you said I mean, and I thought, wait, Gwent doesn't, does he?
I've also noticed
Doesn't
something,
know
by the way,
identity.
that'll be kind of handy. You know what Alvina has proficiency with? A disguise kit.
Killing. Oh.
I
we've
also
We'll
have
find a
this
quiet.
nice kit.
We'll find a quiet corner and make me look more dragony.
Guys, let's just rent a room at a hotel.
Let's rent a room on this. They've got to, actually, if they have inspectors, and that's the thing that anyone could buy at all, they might actually have a room here. Do we want to try and bluff our way into being actually for the stage?
Yes.
Actually, no, because that'll get someone actually important to come.
That's true.
Let's use it to move between places and just not interact with anyone higher up.
I mean,
Or if someone's higher up, hope they're done.
if we know there's a place here that we could rest, I could cast suggestion on whoever.
You wouldn't be doing
um,
that. You'd be forging.
Yeah, you do the forgery. If we actually have the documentation, people are gonna like lower end
Yeah.
officials are gonna just go.
See,
I guess.
see where we've got the seals. Is it
Mhm.
kind of like a credit card that we can just place a seal on?
Let's not.
stamp
Let's not
a seal
abuse that.
onto like a hotel thing, and so the forge pays for hotel rooms.
No, I
And
imagine.
room service.
No, we just say we've got. If we have to pay for things like that, we just say the invoice has already been sent. Basically, like
Yeah.
it's already
Or-
being dealt with. We're not the ones. We're here. Also, I could literally
Yeah,
even
and
grumble.
we could probably make the own fucking invoice.
Yeah, I could literally grumble
yeah.
about it if anyone asks, because we could basically go, I'm a low-ranking dragon that fucked up or done something, which is why I'm on this job.
Send bill it to the whatever Radiant Empire.
But
or
surprise
whatever fucking place.
inspection, we get a discount.
I don't think we get a discount for it. It's surprise inspection. Now let's,
No, for inspection
no
you
such
don't
thing.
pay.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, there is
Well,
a bill
we're gonna
for...
make it a thing.
It's like, there's a bill for things that is just been sent already. It's not our business. Our bosses are dealing with that. Essentially.
Yeah,
But
and the
here's our
thing is,
actual
if they
rates.
already have the documents that have been sent, as in like what we send are replicas, it was an admin error.
Kinda.
Dude,
Oracle.
there are no documents.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
to make them.
that's how it's an admin error.
Yeah, if
like
they have
they
documents
weren't
saying the
sent.
inspection's coming tomorrow,
Somebody in admin fucked up.
yeah, it's like someone just messed up. It's
Imagine-
supposed to be today.
Can you imagine though if we turned up and it's like, oh, the inspector, you were here yesterday. Wait a minute.
You're a different inspector. Look. Oh wait a minute.
We're the real inspector.
No.
That must have been annoyed. In
Disguised as a dragon. No, literally
We
go
need
with.
to put out an APV.
No, literally go with the one of just. Alvina just the very just like depressed sounding. It's like, Mum, this is a job. My mum put me on it. She's higher up than me. This is a punishment. Like full on angsty kid, because I don't think as good as
Mum
Alvina is.
got me
I don't.
smoking.
Mum caught me burning down, like an
Annoyed
area or
village.
some slaves that just displeased me, but they didn't actually do anything wrong. Then she act like bratty teen, essentially, and they'll go, nah. They might look down on me a bit more, but that means we get less suspicion.
I'm
act
not
like this
dealing
is-
with this damn
You
brat.
don't have to deal with this at all. But yeah, if we just play it up like I don't want to be here, essentially. Also, would let us get away with
I
any
don't
like.
want to be here, but I have to be here.
Yeah. Also, would probably let us get away with any slight like fuck ups that I may have.
It's like, it's fine, just as long as you
just
go,
get it done. Just
it's gonna
get it
be
done.
fine, just fuck off.
Ah, so you're an unrefined.
Angsty teen dragon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be that refined. I'm refined as in I'm cocky, but because I'm a red dragon. But like, there's a level of dignity, but I can be just bitter as well. That kind of works. That pride has been slighted, essentially.
Just be yourself.
Kinda, yeah. I'll be Alvina.
Play Alvina playing a dragon.
Yeah.
Jamie.
Alvina, but not Alvina.
Alvina with more angst.
Play a human guy in the real world playing an elf woman.
An
in a
elf
fantasy world,
barbarian
playing a
Playing a
dragon.
Playing a dragon.
Playing a dragon. Playing
An
a
angsty
human man
teen.
in the real world. Perfect.
See your- Let's see your performance
Inception.
check.
It's a simple
Let's
life.
inception this shit.
Oh yeah, performance.
I think honestly, I don't think I could play a normal human in the real world.
Get
Honestly.
the
I
point
think that's
to
gonna be
do
the
that.
hardest one.
That's true.
Because the point is plus 12 in performance.
I have a 4, and I'll take that 4.
I have a plus 5. That's why I'm saying the point. It's like he's got a plus 12 in performance.
Yeah, if we find like a quiet corner, we just disguise kit, make me look a little more dragony.
Yeah. It's like
Well, nothing obvious,
you
like
can
literally-
borrow my disguise kit.
I've got one. I've got disguise kit.
Yeah.
Fair enough. If you need any more of something,
I need more red.
just grab my disguise kit.
We've
It's
used all
fine.
the red paint, Alvina. Where are we gonna get more red paint?
Wait a minute.
Steal it from
Wait a
Zormia
minute.
just before we leave.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Wait, fuck you! You picked up a vial of red, right? Nah, give it to Zomia.
No, here's the thing. Who's got a needle and can put tattoos on?
I
have a dagger.
I'll take it. Right. 10 portions red arcanite dust.
I mean, I
What, is this
think,
going to be a snack?
I think you can
No.
inscribe. I think you can inscribe tattoos, can't you? If you have proficiency with it. Isn't that a thing?
I don't know.
The only one who I know who'll be able to inscribe stuff on you is the point.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be actual inscribed tattoos. It can literally just be patterns. Because I'm a dragon, I can look literally whatever I
It's
want.
scarification.
But it's also who's got the most dexterity to be able to give you a nice pattern who doesn't have inscription.
It'll be fine. I'll just rub it
But
on my skin. If
Isn't
need be.
assassin quite dexy?
I think fuck you is as well. Actually, don't you have 20
Just-
dex?
Yeah,
Just hold still,
+3, yeah.
and I will write draconic runes on you, like we've been doing the whole time.
Now we
It
actually
might
don't.
hurt a
honestly,
little bit.
honestly, we don't need to. I don't think this is the true shit talking. We'll be fine. Just make me look more dragony. I think it's more suspicious a dragon walking around with the words on them is more suspicious than just someone who looks kind of fucked up and weird. And it's like, yeah,
a
that's a
minute.
team dragon just looking strange.
I can
Is
read
Chris-
Draconic.
is
That
Chris back
says
from
fuck
break?
you.
Chris is back now.
Cool.
Excellent.
Oh,
Have the,
shut up.
Have the thing worked? The upload.
No.
Okay.
So no upload for you guys.
Hey.
God, I even
no.
left it to run while I.
It's fine. We don't need it yet. We're just going up to that top level.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a simplistic enough map, so I'm just gonna put it on the curio. You know what? No, let's just leave it on level 5 for now, and I'll post the map in the Discord. And unfortunately, the audience won't get to see the beautiful map.
Mhm.
But yeah, you go. This is what you see. It's a very. For those watching at home, it's just a room filled with market tents, and a second section that is just a very rudimentary
Shitpot.
car park
Car park.
for
yes.
ships.
I'm imagining-
Subscribe to our. Subscribe.
Yeah, but
Subscribe to
nobody,
our.
nobody knows what a shipport actually looks like.
Oh,
It's a car park
it-
for ships.
it's
It's-
essentially a big helipad.
No, it's a hangar from Star Wars. Just
Yeah.
with different shaped ships.
We also don't have a Patreon, but if you'd like to buy us a coffee, we do have a buy us a coffee link down below,
Yep. And if you
or at least down below on the Alterra
Maybe
chat.
a
if
tea
you
or
want
hot
to,
chocolate.
if you want to send me a subscription,
No, we
you
don't
can
have a
down below.
Patreon, James.
If
Yeah,
you
we
wa-
do.
No, we don't.
I've been trading under
We
Alterra
do not have a
the last few
Patreon.
That's
years.
someone else's Patreon.
Oh.
Also,
Okay.
here's the thing. If anyone wants to look at it, go to my stream because I just opened the Discord link in my. This is what the shipport looks like, guys.
Been stealing away our audience of, I'm pretty sure, the same people.
Most likely.
Yes, they're
No,
all
our
playing
audience.
tonight.
Ah.
Yeah, I've
I
opened
mean-
up on the stream as well.
How
So
you doing, Sheepbeard?
I just lost a viewer by putting this up. Wow! Apparently they don't like you. Apparently they don't like your art, Chris.
No, that was me.
They're a way to design a better one.
Honestly, I quite like it though. It's kind of badass.
yeah, it's
It's nice.
very high def.
Yeah.
That's probably why you can upload it.
Yeah.
What,
Yeah, I
that
don't think
one
I
of
resized it
Holt?
properly.
Oh.
The one that Chris has just put on Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll close it now because I can't actually see the dice roller while that's up. But that's what it looks like, guys.
Cool.
You held up for long enough. But remember,
What's the pit? What's the pit of smoke?
that is smoke.
Yeah, no shit. What is it?
Smoke. What
That'll
it
be
look
the smoke
What
coming
I'm-
up from the
what I'm
forge.
fucking asking. That's
Yeah.
that. You hit the nail on the head. That's what I'm asking. What
Each
is
of
it?
these levels have a
It's the
massive
steam
hole
bath,
through
you
the
know,
whole
it's the
thing. What
sauna.
do you mean? What is it?
It's a volcano.
It's the smoke rising from the forge.
It's literally a chimney.
Ah, chimney. Okay.
There's a giant balcony opening in the center of all these levels that sees all the way through down to the lowest level at the forge.
And you do remember heat rises.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
the-
each of the levels
No, it
is a ring.
And also, the Smiths really don't want to be covered in just smoke. Like the fire giants, they don't like being like blinded by smoke. That's just inconvenient.
Heat doesn't rise.
What does it do then? Do the cha-cha slide at least. I'll take it. Sure, we'll go with that.
To the left.
I don't know what I was going to say because I just kind of let my head tell me that, and I went, "What the fuck, brain?"
Superman!
And then go up the way.
I need a drink. Give me a second.
I think I broke the wolf.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Zarmir. I've broken your wolf. What do I mean? I mean Bob. Bob, I've broken your wolf.
Yep.
No, he's not mine.
Hey, no.
He's his own free agent.
Yep. And if you want to pay this free agent, don't forget to subscribe down below.
Oh.
Because he's the goodest of boys.
SAM. At least at Spirit World LARP I am.
But after dark, ooh, you best believe he bad.
That's a LT.
Yep.
Ah,
And we
Yeah,
can try
that
and
ain't
continue
LARP.
this.
someone,
Shall we
someone
continue this game of D&D?
yeah, someone has the stream open. Who's echoing it?
That's an excellent question. Who is echoing?
I mean, it could just be echoing through Chris's microphone again.
I have the stream open, but it's muted.
No
You're
idea.
triggering a little bit there, Chris.
That might be moving around. Like a lot of people's just flash and there's no noise. So
Yeah.
like if I just move like a bit, it quite often will light up. So,
I mean, I've got fairly decent like noise cancelling on my mic, so it should only pick me up.
mine's broken, but it's, but I have everything else
Yeah.
muted. So
When you said broken, then I heard it through Chris's mic, and I just heard myself then as well.
That's funny, because I heard you as well.
Why are you guys so loud? My microphone is quite far away. Stop.
You're
think you're
it's
in
also
the
breaking.
I think you need to invest in a standalone mic.
They are good, and you can get some quite cheap that are decent.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could tell you what mine was, because mine was great for so many years before it broke, and it was dirt cheap.
Could you establish how you broke it first?
Oh, I know how I broke it.
So,
I blew it
Chris
out.
knows not to do that.
Don't sneeze with enough force to shatter glass. Would be my advice, because that's what broke it. I blew it out.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you ready, Chris? By the way, we've been vamping.
I think Chris is dead.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, no.
Dead, was it?
There we
He's
go.
just been revivified. Hey.
That's probably why everything's broken.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
I should probably copy and paste your things over.
Yeah, where actually is
But not
our...
me.
It's not.
Yeah, where's
But not
the
me.
teleporter on this one? That's a good question.
I didn't actually include it on this one. Just assume it's just off this bottom right,
Okay.
because they're all level with each other.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh,
that makes sense.
I'm also not going to try and load the map with dozens of Agirs and Fire Genasi servant and slaves to like each Azir trading. There's also a couple foreign races, since this is a open marketplace that anyone who is not hostile with the monarchy can dock at. So there's a lot
It's
of
fair
independent
trade.
factions here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is actually
It is a
area.
monarchy.
We support
dock.
fair trade.
And this is where a lot of the neutral factions, as well as Monstro, you have your Monstro Guild faction at the top north here, will come to do their trading for irons and ingots and ores and everything.
Yeah, stay away from
So just assume this is a bustling dock. You actually spot one or two Noids who don't look to be slaves about here, but they look to be dangerous, gruff fellows. And you can already see that as they walk, they're already like differing elemental and monstrous races, giving them the side eye and suspicion.
Yeah.
What they aren't doing to the slaves, who are just kind of walking around, and they're just completely ignoring them. So it definitely looks.
We're still going with the same con of dragoning through this area. So I'm going to continue looking.
Stick with what you know.
Yeah, stick with what we know. Fake being a dragon.
As the party teleports up here, there's a couple fire giants that kind of give you a side quizzical confusion look, but then turn back to whatever they were doing at their various stalls. The area has a bit more breeze to it. It's a bit lighter of temperature up here. Still pretty warm, and actually, as you have gotten up here, you can hear not only the distant clangs and ringing rising up through the central pillar with the smoke from the lower levels, but to your right, you can hear the thundering of high winds hitting and knocking against the mountainside around it. Now, the actual dock has effectively a barrier or the rising of cliff faces all around it, but it is open to the air above, and you can hear the whistling of wind racing above it in the cold altitudes. As well as the cries and shouts of merchants at their trade.
Mm-hmm.
What would the party like to do?
Shit, I don't know what the Monster Guild symbol looks like, do I?
Do we hear someone yell, "How dare you! We are legitimate businessmen! Here on legitimate..."
To be fair, you just have to walk around a bit and see whichever one Gwent goes white at.
Yeah, I'd want to make sure we avoid it, is the thing. So.
That's probably a few, to be fair.
No,
no offense, Gwen.
Gwen will go very pale, specifically the Monster Guild. The rest is just, like, normal cowering.
Yeah, normal coward.
Yeah.
Like, the level of cowards.
But Alvina's still gonna just...
Let's check the Gwen and meet
While
her
we're
around.
walking around, Alvina's just gonna continue walking like she owns everything that she can see.
It's fair, you do so. You definitely feel some side eyes and quizzical glances on you. A little bit of hostility from a couple of the people, as well as a bit of intrigue, a bit of confusion mixed throughout the crowd. But it's that hint of hostility that kind of gets a shiver down your back from your traditional adventuring senses of keeping an eye out for danger.
I think it's not really a shiver for Alvina, it's a, oh hell yeah.
I sense a fight brewing.
Yeah.
Alvina should have danger sense.
She does. She legitimately
She
does.
should have.
Yeah, she does have it. Congrats.
Her danger sense is I sense a fight.
I assume she just sets off her own danger sense every morning. She wakes up, danger sense, oh yes, it's me.
Danger sense, my stomach. But yeah, what are we looking for, guys? Because I've got no fucking idea.
Lou would
We're
be
looking
going
for somewhere
round.
to hide
each-
away for a while.
Oh, not with the tidal wave again.
Hide
Lou
away,
would be
hide
going.
away.
Is
Lou
there
would be
anyone?
going round the stalls looking for wares that he could use for his spells. It's like, oh, I need some more of that. Need a bit some more bat fur.
As you can imagine, this place specializes in iron and ores and any ingredients that you imagine can be found through a foundry.
There doesn't happen to just on the spot be some primordial fire, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they sell that.
For all intents and purposes, almost a religious relic
I
to the monarchy.
assume so, but you never know.
You cannot buy primal fire, no.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, like,
You got some.
I should check. I really should.
Now
With
selling
how
primal
smart
fire,
Alvina is, she probably would.
This is the fake primal fire that the con artist is trying to
I've
sell.
got like just little knockoff, like
It's a
trinket.
genuine primal fire here.
Yep.
It's a lighter.
Only this much.
It's a lighter.
Yeah.
You just see a stall with
It's a Zippo.
a bunch of stained cloth with like the branding of Iron Core across it.
We have merch stuff.
The name is Primo Fire.
You
Right.
see a little bobbly head of a fire giant smith.
A half orc trying to sell his wares, being all flamboyant and.
2 gold, you get this.
No. It'd be brag.
How many tabaxi are there who are saying that they have wares if we have coin? How many?
Zero.
Yeah, well,
Zero. Good to know.
have coin.
Yeah, because he does wares if you have coin. Is that a shark?
Yes, we're gonna use the sharks as ships for some reason.
Okay, I was wondering why is there a shark just here?
Okay.
Gonna move you.
This
back
is the
to
pet we're getting, guys. But yeah, is there any? It looks like a
Yeah, you gotta
banana.
You gonna be a you need to be
Yeah,
a ship.
blue banana.
Banana shark.
Gotta get a couple of just ships in here. Just
Okay. But yeah, does any of the stalls look basically unoccupied and closed?
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay. So Alvina's just gonna have a wander around and see what people are selling, essentially. She's still got tongues up for half an hour, so.
Oh, that's fair. You get a general idea of the themes from it. There's any sort of iron wrought weapons, so you can see steel swords and axes from a section that seems to specialize in weaponry. Next to it is a section that specializes in armors and shields. But there's also a large portion of rings and jewelry, beautiful crafted like goblets and crowns, tiaras, a whole section of what appears to just be general like jewelry craft and alchemy and jugs and vases.
Are they
and
magical?
statues. They are magical in
Or
the
they
sense
just-
of the beauty.
Yeah, they're very well
Yeah.
crafted, I imagine. Not
So they're just standard rings, they're not magical rings.
They're really
But then-
expensive rings. But no, none
Doesn't
of
make
them
them
are-
magical, but they have no
none of them
magical
are arcane
properties.
magic items.
Would anything be
I think
primordial?
primordial magic
Actually,
items.
Oh, they have several primordial items here, which I do not currently have the dock list for this area. And also, I'm pretty sure they, as if you go to ask somebody to buy something, they will request to see your trading license.
Interesting.
Wait, our trading license.
We have
Yes.
a trading license.
I would.
You need special papers to buy from the monarchy.
Interesting. I wouldn't be asking around. I'd be looking at things. I don't talk to the common.
As you're looking around, you kind of pick up the general vibe. But whenever anybody's buying it, they kind of show this almost like ID emblem before returning the emblem to like their inner pocket.
Gotcha.
Hey, why don't you have a look at that and see if you can forge it?
Yeah, I will have a look at
The
it.
whispers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a look at it. What is it with my eagle eyes that can detect
Well,
fine details from a huge distance? Can I roll?
Just because you can detect fine details doesn't mean you get the right angle on it. So go ahead and give me a perception check. It will be a low DC for you, but just to make sure you actually catch a glimpse of it to make out the details.
That's exactly what I was hoping for. Come on, eyes.
No, I thought it was
Perfectly
19.
average.
Perfectly that. It's still a success. So I'll take it.
Cool.
Well, since you have a whole bunch of things
Yeah,
that
I've
lowers
got
it to effectively you just need a success.
Cool.
So as you're looking at it, and I think you have seen this icon before. It is a what appears to be a metal wrought medallion composed of a variety of differing colored ringed metals. You don't unfortunately know enough about smithery to identify the metals at a distance, but you do recognize that there is distinct metal work to this medallion, and engraved on and buffered on top of the medallion is a symbol in 5 parts. A symbol that I believe you have seen before if you give me a history check.
I will try. I'm not good at history, but I can try. Apparently, I'm not bad at history.
Would I have seen it?
So, well, you didn't have to make a perception check, so you don't get to do this.
Considering it should have
just
been an
looking around.
18.
But it is a success.
Cool.
Now, you have previously seen this symbol back in the main sphere. It's not it's an uncommon symbol, but it's not unheard of especially for adventurers.
Mm-hmm.
But you've also seen it more recently in the New World when you were in Titan Guts initially, looking through the crates, where you unfortunately lost Steve. God's bless their heart. It is the symbol of the primal monarchy. It is the 5-part symbol of what the players may recognize as the Princes of the Apocalypse, the evil eye symbol.
Yeah. Okay. Do I think I have some items of that on them actually. If we can forge it, because I have a lot of loot from that original area still.
And who's going to forge it?
You.
Is it... If it's metal?
Forgery.
Forge, as in forgery, not forge as in like.
Oh, right, I thought you meant forge as
No,
in,
it's a
like,
metal.
we're going to replicate that design because...
Yeah, we're going to
it's made out of-
replicate that design with
I
forgery
thought it was made
stuff.
out of metal,
It's
sorry.
slightly modified to be incorporated into one symbol, but it is made up of these components into one image.
Yeah.
That I've posted in the Discord.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I can do that.
Yeah, we get that. Basically, we try and find a. After having looked around a little bit at least, do I? I look at Gwent when we go probably a bit more. You said it was the north, was the Monstro Guild. I have a glance at Gwent because I imagine there's like a noise from him when we get to about here if they're on plain view. The Monstro Guild.
I would have been scanning the crowd.
Exactly. That's why I'm assuming that you'll be able to find something. Because we did have a Monstro Guild around here notification.
The Monstro Guild was mentioned on the map we
Exactly.
got.
So I imagine Gwent would be on very high alert.
Up there.
Yes.
Oh, as soon as Gwen saw that on the map,
Yeah, there's
It's
a
like-
there's a thing. Yeah, that area. Okay. So yeah, as soon as Gwent makes some sort of noise, Alvina will smartly turn around, and walk the other way.
Like, just starts twitching underneath one eye and goes to the saddlebag just to make sure it's firmly down,
Yep.
and then just starts to turn around and walk the other way.
Yeah, there's just a nod, a very very slight nod towards Gwent from Alvina.
And I pull my hood up and make sure my face is as covered as possible.
So yeah, Alvina will now be just scanning for a place to look a little bit out of the way. That no one's going to do bat an eyelid.
what Lou was going to do was he was going to have a look at the rings if they were like, magical and try to bullshit a good price.
We can't buy anything because we don't have ID papers, is the problem. We
Well,
need to make
that's
the
what I'm
ID
saying.
papers.
What he was going to do
Ah, right.
before he found out that you need a trading license.
Unfortunately, our trading license that we do
You know how
have.
in all MMOs you need to like gain affinity with the factions before you can trade with them.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta go gain affinity with the
We need to
with
get,
the monarchy.
We need to get at least to
But
neutral.
we're giving them whatever currency.
No, their current level is like the orange level of reputation, where they will fight you if you attack them, but they're not neutral. They're a little
Yeah,
bit
they
below
see you
neutral.
as slaves to be. What was the currency that they use? Because they do actually all have their own currency.
It was some sort of chips. Like, not as in the potato. As in it was some sort of, like, crystally chip, wasn't it? Or am I misremembering that? Is that someone else?
It's written down somewhere.
But yeah.
Yeah, we can come back to that.
Yeah, Alvina's basically looking for a place we can.
Lou would just keep browsing.
Yeah, Alvina's looking for a spot that they can basically just sit down and basically out of the way and forge some ID, essentially.
Like preferably with an air to actually see the goings on of the port.
Well, as you can imagine, everyone's kind of like, if they are here, they're huddled in close to the warmth and fire, as it is. Well, I say that it's scorching winds outside. Hilariously, even they're actually sticking to the north and south, kind of out of the direct line of sight of like the hot winds flowing towards the exit, and
Yeah,
you
but
can see
they'll
the
have
areas
their own
back
fans.
to the north, to the west.
No, they don't have an OnlyFans.
Since the smoke is going this way, is this like the least populated area then?
Yeah.
Alvina's going to look particularly around here for a little corner then. That we can
That's fair.
huddle into.
You find a nice little gap in between this large orange tent and the purpley ones down here. The large one being populated by what looks to be a couple of smoke genasi apprentices. They don't look to be, or at least servants. They don't look to be completely slaves. They are dressed in, while not particularly the best wares, in what you'd expect to be maybe poverty clothes rather than like slave outfits.
They're serfs, not slaves, essentially.
Yeah, they appear to be serfs rather than slaves.
Gotcha.
As well as what appears to be a fire genie.
Oh, a Jin.
Currently offering a number of beanbag-like chairs next to strange glass smoke-fused items.
Okay. I don't think I get the reference there, so...
Come get your Arcanite up.
Yeah, do people show their trading license even for the recreational? Because buying stuff, yes, but like food and drink stores, maybe not. So that's what I'm trying to work out.
Yeah, you don't notice anyone flashing any sort of trading license to them.
I was meaning we found the gap between, so... If we have
Lou would be sitting next to Alvina and getting
Alvina...
description of what Alvina saw as a trading license.
Yeah, since I have a bunch of things still from that original salvage, that would any of the stuff that I looted have the symbol on?
Possibly.
I've got quite a lot.
Roll me a
Because Lou
fate die. Let's
found a
find
lot
out.
of boxes.
We'll make it a 50-50. Just get a positive score.
Nope. Very much not. Very much not.
Just get a positive score in that one.
1.
It's all water damage now. It's all been smeared with different stuff
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
been in your
it's
bag.
been in that bag
It's
with
been chewed
assassin
on.
and whatever
Assassins
else has been
corroded
put
those
in.
symbols away.
Yeah.
It's all orange as well.
Yeah. Assassin would be using it as a
A litter
Scratching
tree.
coast. Literally, no.
No, she'd be using it as a chew toy.
Yeah.
Or they'd be using it as a chew toy.
Yeah.
Assassin
So,
just
yeah.
doesn't like that symbol at all
Nothing,
because that's
nothing.
the rival.
It is the rival, yeah. Nothing. Okay, so I'll be
Hey,
doing my
did
best
pretty
to...
things with that.
So I'll be doing my best to describe it to Lou, then.
Yeah. As best detail as Alvina can give.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. You
Would
do
it
so.
just need to make one copy, and hand it to each other if we wanted to buy shit, or would
I'm the one
maybe
who's
like
faking
one
to be.
each?
I'm the one who's faking to be a dragon, and you people are like my servants. So we could hand it either to the person that can speak probably most of the languages, and say it's on my behalf because I'm high and mighty, basically. that kind of thing, which would be Fade.
Yeah, I was just more curious of how many I would have to make, whether it was just one or like
Probably
a
only
bunch
need
of
one
them.
because it sells it better
Probably
if you
just
have
one.
one. That I am your boss, you are barely people. No offense.
Under the circumstances, none taken.
Yeah, specifically this. So yeah, because Lugrim has forgery kit, if that is applicable, Chris. So.
It would be, but I believe it does take some time for you to forge something. Probably a short rest knowing D&D.
Slightly, I don't know. It's not too long, I know. It's not like smithing. I'll tell you that for a fact.
It's not 300 days.
5e. Forgery kit.
But anyway, while
Doesn't
you're
say.
doing that, assuming it does take an hour.
Fucking hell! Luke makes
it
it!
Who are you trying to deceive?
Fuck you,
I-
deceives life.
I pressed space on my keyboard and it re-rolled that for some reason.
I deceive everything that comes near me.
You're actually not a goblin, you're Imix.
Yeah.
You're selling this lie of this is the dragon. Like nobody
Yeah,
else.
yeah, this is a dragon, clearly. Fuck you's my hype man.
Whilst looking like an Azit or whatever it is a
Aye.
Yeah, we still do have the two Azirs, don't we? Because the point's the other one. So,
Yeah.
you two still escorting me around actually might sell it quite well.
I mean,
Yeah,
I can
better
only
a
do it for-
fucking 33.
yeah. There's not much time left on my disguise
Altus.
self.
Oh, that was Alter Self.
It was all the stuff that Point did.
Ah, right, yeah, because the point's is lasting ages.
Well,
Yeah,
what
so-
I want
Get
to
you into the
end
cubby
on
hole,
then.
get you into the cubby hole.
Yeah, because disguise self only lasts for like an hour.
We'll make the most of it.
So it might have even finished by now. Don't know.
It's been half an hour since the tongues was cast in Alvina, maybe like 40 minutes now, so it'd probably be ending about now.
Mm-hmm.
Because you cast it a little bit before we
Yeah.
cast tongues on me, so.
Get one last good deception
Yeah,
in.
go on a really good deception, then we throw you into a cubby hole and a goblin comes out.
Make it count.
But yeah.
Right.
Chris, you want... What have you got for you while we're doing this?
Yes, I'm just going to assume it takes you an hour to forge something real good.
Mhm.
So there you go. You can spend... and to be fair, you could potentially all get a short rest in a moment, but we'll see, because there's two things I want to do first.
Cool.
So first of all, as you are settling down, doing your little forgery, before Alvina or anyone goes off for any strolls during the hour period,
Yeah.
as you have taken residence next to this, what appears to be, I think we can all see some sort of procreation or recreation smoke drug
Procreation.
lounge,
What?
whatever is going here.
That is
Uh,
fine.
The main owner of this place comes and strolls over to the side where you've taken residence in their alleyway, and leaning against a little wooden counter that rings the tent area, you see what appears to be I don't know if I think I had him previously the fire genie, but apparently smoke genies are a thing, and I found some stat blocks and some
Ooh.
descriptions of them. So he's now a smoke genie,
Cool.
because I really want a smoke genie.
Yeah, works.
Nice.
So you see what appears to almost be reminiscent of a fire genie, but instead of hues of red, they are in hues of grays and blacks, a little bit of white here and there. And this figure appears to be kind of wispy at the side. He doesn't really have like a solid outline. He has a humanoid figure, but it seems to almost blend with the rest of his surroundings, almost as if he has a blurriness all around his figure.
It's not completely
and-
corporeal.
Yeah, almost like you're viewing a ghost made of smoke. But enough of a form and figure that he leans in towards the party, resting his elbows on this wooden counter, and you get a good look at his kind of narrow, pointy face. He has a wispy, thin French smoke mustache and a thin goatee.
Definitely don't
a-
trust him.
He has a curl of grey locks coming off his forehead to the left. The rest of his hair kind of shaggy and like neck length. As he stares at you with these beady eyes and sharp nose, as he kind of in this voice that just seems to drip with sinister energy. What do we have here? Riffraff making camp in my proximity?
I make a snort. In much disdain as I can make that snort
Alvina's
sound.
got to be the one to answer because, you know,
The left side of his
are...
smoky lips upturned in almost a semi-growl before his face returns to this kind of smug arrogance.
I make a bit of a snort and go,
Do you know who I am?
No, not even that. You know.
No. We can't play that hand yet.
Yeah.
We can't play the do you know who I am?
Yeah. Because we don't.
I want to see him squirm.
You're one to talk. I put as much clap as I've heard dragons speak as I've ever had before.
Give me
At the
Can I
same
just
time,
persuasion or intimidation check.
I'm gonna try and give her advantage. Can I move behind her and just sort of raise my eyebrows and point to the guy and cast message and say, "You stand before one of the dragons, sir."
She's in a bad mood.
And she is in a bad mood today.
Yeah.
As I edge slowly, slightly back out of Alvina's arm's reach, looking, trying to perform and look fearful at her, and catching eyes with the slaves, as hopefully they're doing the same.
All right, well, you go ahead and give me a performance check, just to see if you extra add this. I'll lower the DC for it. But Alvina, go ahead and have advantage on that, since the message and the information puts the idea in their head.
Okay. I really wish it was a performance check for me, because I'm much better at that. Be intimidation, because I'm supposed to sound annoyed. That's the way the destiny!
I will give Alvina my destiny.
Thank you. Intimidation, come on! You fucking idiot! Bollocks.
How are you not intimidating?
Cause I'm not, I'm nice!
And you're not raging right now. Or anything.
The rage is regardless. But
Also, yeah, it is one of those things of other games have intimidation be strength based, which is really nice.
Oh, you know you can do strength-based intimidations in D&D if you do something physical.
Yeah.
Like crush a can or something.
Oh, that's what I mean.
Like, this
It's
is,
just flat strength in other systems. In this, it's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the standard checks are just like the most used. It's why I call for stuff like intelligence insight, because it's more applicable.
Yeah.
I could see Alvina crushing something as she's saying, "How dare you call me riff-raff right now?"
Yeah, but from what you described to me, they are just kind of like standing and ejecting their presence, which is very charisma.
It is very charisma, yeah.
If you want to take a weapon and break something for threats in the future, let me know, and you're more than welcome to do strength intimidation at that point.
Absolutely, but she's not. She's above it at the moment. Her heart's not in it, apparently.
it would seem so.
With a 9, her heart's not in it.
Okay, so as the party attempts to do this, the very cynical. They're just the image I gave of this guy is so.
Yeah.
If only like he walks into any room and it's like, yeah, that's the bad guy. That's the bad. Don't trust this guy.
Don't trust this guy. He's definitely evil.
Oh my god.
Or he's a circus
The figure seems to lean further in towards the party, and his smug, arrogant face gives way to a murderous yet sinister smirk as he grins like a chest creature about to pounce. I don't believe you.
Bolt.
I'm just going to put my hand on my very obviously made of dragon sword. Go. Without missing a beat. You don't believe what? I don't believe I said anything you shouldn't believe.
Fascinating.
Fair.
So while I keep my temper, could you do us all a favour? She's going this is like sitting to vicious politeness. And she's staring at him, like full on. And get about your business.
As he begins to turn, you hear him muttering, "Fine, if you don't want to loot Ironcore's treasure room." As he walks back into his tent.
Oh, the...
Here's the thing. Genie, don't trust him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust him
No,
regardless.
no.
No, that's what I'm meaning. I don't trust him regardless. I'm not taking that bait.
But while the party we'll let the rest of the party decide. They might want to do something.
That's Alvina's point of view, at least. She's not trusting.
As Alvina has decided, and the rest of the party contemplate this, we switch back to Zormir for the
Yay!
final scene. As Zormir, we return back
How's
to
the new start getting on?
Yeah.
You know, Zormir's got a lot of like plot stuff they could be learning down here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get rid of the rest of the party. Boom, dead. Hold you off.
It's fine, I've got 17 backups. For specifically this level and stage of campaign.
Zormir, as you make your way through the room, it appears that Elder Arzag has given up trying to hide you from the rest of the room and begins walking with you towards the obsidian iron walls. You know, I was trying to keep this hidden, but the public display of this is going to be difficult to squash rumors now. Smiths, they do seem to like to gossip in between works.
How about...
You could. They seem to believe I was a dragon. You could literally go with, "You bought me off of them."
How about making a distracting display and summon that bracelet to you? Engraved with your
It is
blood.
all right. I will deal with it later. I will come up with some excuse as to the nature of your visit that does not reveal your apprentice state just yet. But I may have to keep your apprentice status quiet from the rest for a little bit longer than I'd intended to.
Well, you seem to be the only... You seem to be the only one that they didn't convince. From the sounds of it.
Oh, when you get to my age, very little passes you. No. We have intel whenever the Acquisitive Breath makes an unscheduled visit. For such a visit to bypass our knowledge, well, would quite frankly be a waste of political maneuvering. They would have to use up some serious covert activity to inspect us without our informants in the faction alerting us. And, well, why waste it? We don't actually have anything here that they could use. No, if they were going to waste their secrecy, it would be on a far more prevalent outpost than Ironcore. We have our secrets, but they are trivial secrets compared to some of the other outposts in the cosmos. And so you see, this is why your allies could never have deceived us. At least, not those of us in positions of authority, to the true nature of who they are.
Hmm. Very
Anyway,
well.
I tire of politics. The inquisitive breath is
Yes, politics
irrelevant to me.
does hamper the craft and the time to
Oh.
work on our inspiration.
Yes, you understand. And I have already waited long enough, Apprentice Zormir, to begin work on my new project. Let us not let the embers grow cold any longer. The spark awaits. And I am about to show you something that very few get to see outside of the craft. Or none get to see outside of the craft. Very few within the craft get to see. Come with me. As he takes the cinder crystal key that seems to contain the essence of fire, and he touches it to the living flame as a small little fire spirit rises from it and begins conversing with the wall as the wall dissipates, revealing what appears to be a glass door. Completely see-through into this large checkered area with a spiral staircase in the center, and 4 statues of what appear to be older primal smiths staring down. An image like Arazak himself. Yes, as he pushes the glass doors inwards. Follow me down here. You can feel already a rise in temperature somehow even greater than the scorching heat of the forge. As I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw against heat exhaustion.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no condensation on the glass doors.
That enough?
That is more than enough, yes. You do not succumb to the sudden heat.
Just blacked out, that'd be quite funny. But
But as you begin walking down the steps, you're plunged into darkness. You can see a vivid, vibrant red glow beneath you emanating from the base of the stairs. You seem to descend about a good 10, 15 minutes of walking down about 60, 80 feet of steps.
walk slowly, Jim.
Arzak doesn't say much. He continues mumbling to himself in giant.
Really need to learn the language of giant.
Oh yes, you should. Fantastic language, strong language. Yes, it carries the strength of the elements to it. Yes, I apologize. I was just thinking about material and quantity choices. Yes, it's good.
Yes, I do find myself lost in thought and babbling about my crafting, much to the annoyance of some of my friends. So,
Right now, when we get down there, you must let me do all the talking. You understand? Aye.
of course.
My kin will not take kindly to the presence of one who they cannot know is worthy. I am also ahead of schedule, but they will understand if I invoke the right of craft. When genius hits, there can be no question that passion must be followed.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly.
God damn it.
You did say my character is...
Yeah, we know. Holy fuck. I think I've seen this in Cult of the Lamb.
As you reach the bottom of the stairs, you come out into a large, hot, glowing red cavern filled with lava. And a few small passageways to little alcove or medium-sized alcoves where you see the back of 4 hunched, similarly elderly fire giants hard at work. You hear the clang. Actually, you don't even hear the clang. You hear almost a chanting of work as they appear to be singing a work song or a work shanty in Giant. As you first come into the room, the heat magnifies even more as it hits you, as I need you to make me another Constitution saving throw against the heat. And you can see in the center of the room 4 obsidian iron statues looking over what appears to be a large cinder crystal in the top of the ceiling, looking down into a pool or a little basin of a flickering red flame that seems to be both solid, liquid, but also pure plasma energy encircling around it. It seems to almost have a duplicating effect. You can see light shifting into a darker maroon red, but also a slightly lighter pink at the edges. And decorating the bowl in the ground in which contains this flame is detailed ignan glyphs, glowing hot red, and a very shimmering red barrier that seems to spark with flames along its sphere. You can see similar red pattern and glyphs glowing before each of the forges, each with their own red cinder crystal, similar to one above, looking down on what you can only imagine looking at it is the primal flame. Yeah, but it's Iron Man armor. It has internal cooling.
Yes, can I guidance myself on that? Because I don't think a 12 is going to be enough for this. I'm not even sure if adding 4 max is going to be enough.
60.
Unfortunately, you cannot guidance a save.
Nah.
Yeah, so skill.
No, that'd be. There is another one.
There is something that does it.
Resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
Oh, it's blessed, I think, as well. Yeah.
To be fair, blessed does everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Blessed only does attacks and saves.
Saves. Yep.
Doesn't actually check. Would you like to do anything before I announce the results of your 12 Constitution save?
Pray.
You know what, Zome? I'll be nice. I haven't used my destiny. Take it.
Okay.
I thought you had used your destiny.
you
That's
used
why
it.
I offered.
You used it. I didn't use it, but you said you did, so I used yours.
Wow. Yeah, I hope you remember this in the future.
Yeah, I thought you went. I'm gonna use my. Oh, cheers.
I only did it because I knew I had an inspiration as well, but I thought you had used yours. That's why I said it.
No.
Like, I can use my destiny.
I know.
What is
use
the
this.
total con save? Is it 19?
Yeah, it's 19.
Yeah.
As Zormir, suddenly the room begins to get fuzzy.
Oh, wow.
As you stare at the crystal, you can feel sweat pouring down inside the interior of your armor. There's a buzzing in your ears. The back of your throat is so parched and dry. And suddenly everything around you begins to almost swirl. It seems to rotate. As creeping in at the edge of your vision is the darkness.
Yeah, heat stroke. I've had that before.
Suddenly, the last thing you notice, the last thing you see before you collapse, is the stop and buzzing silence as the hum comes to an end, and the 4 elderly primal smiths all turn to first
You start singing, I believe in a thing called love.
Arazak, but then all of their looks glance down to you. A fierce, intelligent stare looking into your very soul, judging you. Each of them looking at you, dissecting you. Prepared.
Yes, trying to get the
destroy you.
sirloin.
I was about to say the same thing. Or an equivalent, at least.
Nice.
As these 4 hostile stares penetrate into your soul, you can feel the hostile flame behind their eyes as you fall unconscious from heat stroke.
Bloody hell!
Bonk. Clang.
And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Yeah, fair. I tried, bud. I
So
tried.
glad it's you and not my character again.
Also, by the way, Chris, was
Thank you all
that...
for watching. Thank you all for playing. This has been episode 37, The Art of Metal. And Zormir has gained access to the innermost sanctum of the fire giant Smith and has
But at
found
what
and
cost?
located the primal flame, the primal fire.
And he's
And
unconscious.
then immediately think.
I
Well,
also
the rest of
was
the
one-
party have encountered a rather sinister fire smoke genie who has seemed to have caught on to their lies and has mentioned something about treasure.
I know.
But can they be trusted?
No.
Alvina
Look at him.
says no.
I'm
Look at him. Look at
No
the
one's-
guy. Of course
no
he can't
one's
be
saying
trusted.
yes.
He's a genie.
No one with a moustache like that.
Yeah, he's a genie and he's got a face like that. He's definitely evil.
But does that mean the treasure isn't true, though?
Yes.
I mean,
The
let's look at
treasure's
it
true
from-
and he'll
no,
kill us when we get it.
Let's look at it from a logical point of view.
Yeah, if he kills you when you get to, though, that means there's a fight,
Yeah.
which you could probably win.
Yeah,
It's a
and it
genie. He
also
just
means
wishes, wish and teleport us somewhere.
Not
No,
every
no, a genie
genie
can't wish for their own benefit.
Here's the thing.
That's-
Alvina's
they
stupid.
can cast it.
Alvina's stupid.
So you're worried he'll trick you into wishing for
No,
something
Alvina's convinced
and
that
then
they
gets
are when they say they can't wish for their own benefit, that they're lying and they can if they need to.
it. You could wish for the
Yeah.
genie to not be able to cast wish anymore.
No, that's just mean.
But anyway,
Yeah.
we're gonna thank everyone. Find out next time if the party survives and if Zormir
Way to defeat
If
your own
Zormir
moral
dies!
argument.
Zormir either
Yeah,
dies or ends up staying here, or I don't know where
I
it's
don't know
gonna
what's
go.
gonna happen.
How is gonna happen?
Nobody knows
Including not Bob.
one
I
one
mean-
way or another. At some point in the next few weeks, we're going to be stealing a ship with or without Zormir, or possibly not.
I mean, fuck you's already bagsied the.
Yeah, if all else fails,
The ship.
Gwen and fuck you are leaving and they have the ship.
Yeah.
Marine
Fuck
Game
you's gonna
Imperial.
do the
That's a buddy
QS.
movie I'd watch.
All right,
Yeah,
good.
but
the ship
Goodbye,
is
everyone.
just-
Yeah, see ya.
Fuck,
Good
you
luck.
could
The
get
rest of you.
the ship coming in.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
We out on your end?
Nice.
Okay. By the way, I have a question, Chris. Where you had that slight slip, are they actually golems? Did you nearly say golems for those statues?
They do come alive as defense mechanisms.
Yeah.
They're not technically golems because the gimmick here is they don't actually move.
Oh, gotcha. I know the kind of thing.
But yes, it's why each of them has like this little person icon behind because they do have hit points and AC.
Yeah, it's
So
'cause-
if Zormir somehow gets into a fight, they do animate in defense.
yeah, I literally heard you say statues. I went, did he just?
Was that a G I heard?
That was a G.
Hilariously, it wasn't to like hide the fact they're golems. It was because they're not technically golems, and I was correcting myself.
Yeah, they actually are like laser. They're the freaking.
They're technically animated statues.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
the freaking laser defenses. I'm imagining, or something similar, probably with fire. But yeah, that was this. This was awesome. I had a hilarious time. Honestly, it was great. But yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow, and so will Bob, because we've got Geddon. It might be
Where I'll
starting.
die even more horribly.
It might start a little late because we're not sure what time Smith is showing up. Because he's going to be working, so we'll play it by ear. But we'll definitely be on tomorrow, with or without him. So, thank you players for playing. Thank you Chris for jamming. It was awesome. Have a fantastic evening, every single one of you. Keep playing mini games, keep it awesome, you guys. Oh, the best on Twitch. See you guys tomorrow. You better tune in. Good night.
Bye.
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 Bye.